Hello and welcome to the Adventure Archive. My name is Ryan, and I will be your DM tonight as we continue our adventures in the Dark Kingdoms. With me, we have Sam as Cordelia Belmont, the Dampier sword dancer fighter. We have Matt as Victor of the Caldair, the human death cleric. We have Jess as Dariana Bloodright, the elf-marked Serophage sorceress. Jason as Cutter the Faceless, the Daracool rogue duelist. Andy as Beatum Dobblebreen, the gnome divination wizard. And Eric as Sylvester, the Dampier warlock with his imp familiar Annie. The Dark Kingdoms takes place in the Midgard setting, which is published by Kobold Press, so you will notice some differences in some of the races, classes, features, and whatnot. And please be aware, this is an Evo campaign containing evil-aligned characters in a dark fantasy setting, and as such may not be suitable for some audiences. Graphic descriptions of gore, murder, mutilation, and torture are fairly common, so be warned. Last time on the Dark Kingdoms, which was our first live stream, but our 31st session IRL, our players were leaving a hidden temple of Morena in the city of Zobek. The cult of forbidden ecstasies had taken it and were using it to kidnap people from Zobek and try to corrupt some of the consuls, or basically senators, of the city of Zobek, one of the major cities in the Crossroads region of the world of Midgard. After defeating the High Priestess, saving an innocent, they were returned to their home. The kobolds of Zobek were cleared of wrongdoing after being blamed for the recent kidnappings. And the party, who had heard who had a vision, who heard an oracular message sent to them through a ruby statue that was bleeding tears of blood and then puddled into blood, they started following some clues to continue with the mission they were given by King Lucan, the Lord of the Vampires, which was to hunt the Red Winter, heretical blood sisters, and find out who is trying to damage the alliance between the Ghoul Imperium and the Vampire Kingdom. After following some certain clues, they decided to try to track down the Master of Visions. Not knowing who that is, just knowing a general location given to them by King Lucan after looking through a magic mirror. They set out for the Black Hills, keeping the Master of Visions in their mind, were able to transport themselves into a kind of shadow demi-plane that this Master of Visions resides in. After making their way through into that shadow forest, a pony was killed, and the players, after crossing a stream, were surrounded by a black mist or fog that cut everything else out. And then these shadow creatures came forward out of the fog and touched each of the players. And when it did, each one dropped into a vision where they were forced to make a difficult decision. After they had this vision, they dropped back down into this blackness. And that's where we'll start our campaign tonight, with the players floating in this darkness, surrounded, filling their consciousness. And slowly, each of the players regains their hearing. Then they regain their sense of touch. They realize that they're laying down. Slowly, each of you open your eyes, and around you, you don't see the black mist, but you still find yourselves in this shadow forest, laying flat on the ground. When you look around, you see the rest of your party slowly coming to as well. What would you like to do?
I was holding my swords when this happened, so I would imagine I would have dropped them. I immediately tried to find them, pick them up, and kind of not knowing if she's still in a vision or not, hold them towards any person who is around her.
Yeah, you're slightly disoriented as you stand up. You reach down, you grab your sword, you kind of stumble, almost fall a little bit, stand up, and you're just kind of a little bit wobbly on your feet, waving these swords around, looking around, and there seems to be no imminent threat to you.
Oh, chat says I'm quiet. the first time this will ever happen.
Yeah,
The
you
only
are
time I've
quiet.
heard you quiet,
Say
but
that.
you
It's
you
quiet,
are
hold on.
you are just a little bit quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a Jason thing or a me thing?
That is a you thing.
It's a you. I hear you slightly quiet too.
Oh, let me mute this so when I move my microphone, it doesn't sound terrible.
So
Wait,
first thing I
Ryan,
do
you
is
said
I
I'm
check
quiet
around for
too?
Annie.
No, you're solid. Sam is just a little
Okay,
quiet.
got it.
Annie.
Is this better? Sorry. Is this better?
No,
No? Jeez. Okay, keep
a little
going.
higher.
Gotcha. When you look around for Annie, you find Annie. She's flying around. You're able to telepathically communicate with Annie.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are. That's a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. I am.
if you try to kind of interact with her through this communication, through this telepathic communication, she basically tells you that all she saw were these shadow creatures come up and touch you, and then everyone was still for a while, and then everyone dropped and all the shadow dissipated, and she was just unable to really do anything to stop it, but that is all she saw from an outside perspective.
Edom pulls out the card of Judgment, flips it over, and a dagger appears. And he lifts it to his forehead and cuts open a slit, and an eye appears from it, and he begins peering into the forest. He casts Detect Magic and begins looking into the forest to see if he sees anything magical or invisible or hidden by magic.
When you look into this forest with this spell, you get everything's glowing. I mean, everything around you is lit up. You do notice that it's kind of a gradient, though. I always imagine this is like a glow, and then I don't know how you see it, but like the different types of magic kind of have maybe like a different color or something. You just see like this blackness all around you. But you notice there's like a brightness to the dark kind of magic, this feels like, across deeper into the forest. So basically out, it would help if I was on the same map as you guys, basically out this direction. Towards far deeper into the forest. You sense that there's more magic that way. Oh, also these creatures are
Gone. Beatum looks around and grabs Victor's coat and kind of tugs him and walks off. He starts to move towards where the magic is darkly shining brighter.
Darkly
Hey,
shining
guys.
brighter.
Frozen?
We
Yeah.
got a Zoom
Yeah.
problem.
Zoom problem.
Oh, we're
We're all
frozen on
frozen except
Twitch.
Eric,
Everyone but
apparently.
Eric.
Well,
Could
I
be
think
a
I'm
snap
frozen now
camera.
too. Yeah, I'm frozen now too.
Sweet.
I cast freeze.
Okay, I need to get some headache medicine while we're figuring this out because my head already hurts this goddamn way.
Go for it. Yeah. All right. Give us
That's
give us
totally
one
Eric.
moment, everyone. Why don't you pop up?
They can hear us.
Yeah. So why don't we just go to break real quick, and we'll get some of our technical issues sorted.
All right.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, we seem to be having some small technical difficulties. So let us know if we are still frozen as it slowly jumps back up. And we seem to be moving. All right.
Woo!
Good job, everybody. Technology.
So while we're doing tech stuff, is my audio better?
Yes.
I think Andy said it was better. Okay. Sorry.
All good now. Thank you, chat. We appreciate
Good job,
the
Chad. You're the real MVP.
appreciate you looking out. All right, so back to where we were.
So Beatum tugs on Victor's robes, and Victor definitely follows Beatum closely, protectively.
Gotcha. So Beatum, you're moving deeper into the forest in that general direction. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So as you kind of work through a little bit of foliage and you go across this kind of rocky ground, how long does this spell last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. So you do sense that you're going closer to this magic, and basically, you are working your way through the forest. As the rest of you are coming to, what are you doing? What is Daryana and Cutter doing?
Do I see everybody get up and start walking in different directions, or are we kind of separated?
No, you're all exactly where you fell. You're still in the same group. All of you just had dropped to the ground is what it looks like. So you're rising up as everyone else is kind of coming to consciousness too.
Okay, so relative same position. So I'm assuming I'm by Sylvester then, based on the map.
Yeah, it looks like that way. Sylvester
Okay.
is talking to Annie, and you are down next to him.
All right. I guess I'll go walk over to him.
Okay.
Well, we aren't dead, are we?
Does not appear so. Especially
What did
after
you
watching
see?
Weird things, almost like a dream.
We should find the others.
Self?
Yes, dreams.
Can we not see the others from where we are?
You can.
You
All
guys
of
are-
you
Yeah, you're 5 feet away.
are. All of you are waking up at the same time. Exactly where you are on the map. You're all next to each other. You're all exactly in the way that you were when the shadows attacked. You were all in this tight group. So everyone is within 10, 15 feet of each other. So as you guys are waking up and start moving around, you see everything around you. You see all of your allies. You see everything. So as Beatum is kind of moving away, Cordelia's kind of swinging around her swords. All of you see all this as all of you kind of wake back up at the same time and begin to start moving around. So, and Daryana, what are you doing?
I think the second my eyes open, I'm going to look over this river and try to see if I could see Brian.
So Brian is actually in your bag of holding. I know the token is still there.
Oh, okay.
But you had actually chopped part of him off because he's large.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Would I be able to check on him?
Yeah, you can kind of, how bag of holdings work. You just kind of have to think about it and reach your hand in, and when you do, you pull it back out and it's got blood on it, and you feel a sense of, all right, my boy is safe.
This is either
Okay.
very, very bad.
My pet blood elemental is as intact as he can be in his viscous form.
Okay. Well, if I had the bag, I would reach into it and just soothe my nerves. And if not, I'd rush to whoever had it and do the same.
You still have it, yeah.
I
as
gave
far
it
as
to
I know.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is
you're-
my
you-
emotional
you're-
support blood elemental.
There you
It
go.
seriously is.
He's got a little vest.
Get him
that
a
he
harness.
wears.
Yeah, get him a harness.
Yeah. Please don't touch.
I'm
Working.
working.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sigh some relief, and I guess I'm closest to Cordelia, so I'll just be like, what the hell just happened?
So if you come near her, Cordelia's got she's got a sword in each hand, out towards you.
Okay, well, I won't
very
get that close.
suspicious.
Okay.
Prove that it's you.
Remember that time we made daisy chains in the Margrave?
She lowers her sword. I was actually thinking, like, I don't know what Dariana could say. Like, I don't know anything about her. Like, I don't know how she would prove it. But at the mention of making daisy chains in the Margrave, Cordelia will hesitantly.
I just love that like the first time you get a lot of info on these players was when we started streaming and I had to say what the players are. So
every
30
single thing you said
in,
about Dariana was like, yeah. I did not know any of that.
30 sessions in, I reveal secrets just introducing who people are. So all of you, are, this disorientation kind of wears off. You see yourself, you're still in a group. You see Beatum and Victor, I'm gonna stop doing this. You see Beatum and Victor moving towards the direction you were headed in originally. So are you guys all going to start moving that direction, or are each of you going to do something different?
Yeah, I'll go in that direction as well.
Gotcha.
But yeah, quick question was, we got in trouble last time because we never asked a question. So I'm going to ask the Master of Visions. Does that ring a bell to me? Do I?
Well, so you last time you guys had used your Dark Fantasy cell phone, the Magic Mirror, to reach out to King Lucan. The one time a week
he says he hadn't heard that name in a long time.
He hadn't heard it in a long time, and he told you the Master of Visions is a very mysterious mage who is not necessarily easy to find if he doesn't want to be found, but you can only find him if you know who you're looking for. And he directed you towards the Black Hills. So all he told you about the Master of Visions is that he is an ancient mage that is a Master of Visions, which clearly, once you stepped into his domain, you also became keenly aware of after the I'm not gonna say horrible visions, after very interesting visions filled with hard choices that all of you had to make. So does it ring a bell? Lucan told you about him and you're still looking for him, and you do know that and the prophecy. Matt, do you have that prophecy written down anywhere close by?
I've got all that.
Oh no, it's okay. I just wanna say it again for the.
I don't.
I've got it.
Okay.
Where did I put it? I wrote it down the other day.
Oh, I can read it from Discord.
Got it right here, actually. If you like.
There you go. Why don't you read it for us, Sylvester? Remind us and chat what the vision you guys had in.
Want me to read it out loud? Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Ghouls stir beneath the earth, discontent and plotting. Heretical sisters in red seek to couple the Lady of Lust to the Hunger God. The imperial blood of the fallen mermaid holds the key. The Master of Visions can lead the way. Disrupt the dark wedding, remind the flesh eaters of their place. Fate has decreed it so.
There you go. Lot of stuff in there that you guys are not quite sure of, but hopefully will be made clear the farther you follow it. If you follow it. If we ask the right questions. If you ask the right questions. Wait a minute. Who sent this letter? It's signed right there at the top. So what are we doing?
I'm catching up with the rest of the group.
Yeah, Beatum just kind of ignores everyone and focuses on the magical shiny darkness and tries to focus on following it to its source, where it is darkest.
If everybody is following Beatum and Victor at this point, you continue to make your way through this kind of shadow land, this shadow forest around you. It's everywhere you look, it's misty, it's dark. Any place where there would be a shadow, it feels like there's nothingness around you. This is a dark, oppressive feeling that you guys have. And you continue to walk through. There's a clear, not necessarily path, isn't something that looks like it's been tread upon, but a direction through this forest that you guys are following. The 10 minutes from the spell elapses, and you lose it. But after 10 plus minutes of walking along this direction, you feel like this is probably the only real direction through this. Whether you're being led or not, it's up to your instincts and how you feel about it. But there doesn't seem to be, you've not seen any side treks, you've not seen any bunny paths, you've not really seen an area to lead this current path you're on that's weaving through this darkness, through this shadow realm that you guys find yourself in. And as you continue to walk, the terrain starts to change. It starts to get rockier. It starts to, the trees kind of level off. And up ahead of you, it looks like you see these dark rocks rising to form this valley at the edge of your vision.
So since Beatum is so focused on the magic, Victor is kind of just scanning like the edge, I guess, of the trees in the valley, just to see if there's any threats to Victor or to Beatum. Like, does he notice any like cloaked dudes hanging in the woods?
Oh, and he cloaked about 1 metric high?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you roll me a perception check?
Okay. Well, there we go. Did that work?
It did. You
There we
rolled
go.
twice. The first one is a 5, so that's the one I will take.
Yeah.
We, chat, are switching over to D&D Beyond character sheets for the first time and henceforth, so bear with us if a couple of rolls don't quite go through correctly. But 5 in perception. You don't really feel like you see anything. It seems, there's a lot of darkness as described. It feels, you still feel this oppressiveness.
Okay.
It's if like the humidity of Florida was darkness, that's what you feel on you,
Okay.
But you do see when you look out at this valley, you do not see any cloaked dudes.
Okay.
And you don't see anything that appears to be an imminent threat to you.
Well, he might see one cloaked dude behind him.
Well, yeah.
Beatum, do you feel okay?
Beatum turns back to Victor and gives him a look, and as the eye closes, as the spell ends, he kind of like swoons a little bit and falls to a knee and gives Victor a like injured look, and then stands up and looks back.
I think we need to head to that valley over there. I have lost my spell, but this darkness, it is a natural, magical calling to us.
Understood. Would you like me to carry you?
No. Please, don't touch me right now.
Okay, my friend.
And Beatum continues to like stumble on towards the valley.
And Victor's going to kind of stay a step ahead of him since he kind of knows what direction he's going.
Okay. All right. So as you continue down this valley, or down towards this valley, it takes you a little bit to get there. As I said, it was kind of on the edge of your vision. So as you're making your way there, what are the rest of you doing? Are you just following silently, or?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
probably
just
about 10,
trailing
15
behind
walk.
Victor. Presumably he was, quite visible, being as big as he is with his shoulder plate glinting in the moonlight. So
Mm-hmm.
I just
Making a
kind
little
of
bit of noise.
quietly catch up to them.
And that's another thing you notice as you say is that moonlight glinting off of this? You look towards the sky and there is no moon, there's no sun. It's just the darkness, but everything still seems to have this illumination to it. It seems odd. And it looks like as you're heading towards the valley that it seems to be more lit in that direction, as if you're kind of coming into a shadowy, it's so lit. It seems to be.
Morty
You seem to be coming
runs at
into-
full speed, finally.
Yeah. It seems as if almost the it's not that it's the sun is coming up, but that whatever the morning word for dusk is seems to be in that general direction. You see kind of this almost illumination without really seeing any source of it. The valley seems slightly more illuminated So you, let me stack you all so I can move you. And I'm going to leave Brian on this for now. At this point, there's no other water around you that you see. Would you like to remove Brian from the bag? Would you have done that, or would you have left him in there? Dariana.
Yeah. I don't know if I want him out or if I want to try to keep him as safe as possible and away. I think I'd keep him in for now, maybe.
Keep him in the bag? Okay, I'll just
Yeah.
leave him back here.
He doesn't need to breathe,
and-
right?
Nah.
That would be
No.
silly.
Nah. Blood don't breathe. Blood doesn't need. Oh, wait a minute. Blood
Yeah,
doesn't
hold-
need
hold on.
oxygen. Kind of how it all
15
works.
minutes to figure this out.
Yeah. With my
Don't feel ridiculous.
medical background, I seem to remember that that is the entire purpose of blood. So we will arrange all of you thusly,
The more you know.
and bring you over. I assume this is all darkness for you.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So I will reveal this in parts. You see. You see this valley. Do you see this?
Ooh. Yeah.
So you came in from this direction up here. And you enter this valley. And when you do, you feel this howling wind blowing through. When you look down, you see this dust covering everything. As you walk through it, you feel yourself sinking into it. I imagine it kind of feels like how walking on the moon is like. You sink down and it's blowing all around you, blowing your hair, blowing your cloak, are this wind. And as you get further into this valley, it becomes this howling wind that you're almost pushing against. These small cyclones of dust and grit from the floor, this forlorn place blowing about you, running into you, casting past you. What do you do?
And what is the light like here? You said it's kind of like a dawn or a dusk.
It feels almost like a dawn. It doesn't, again, you don't see any more source of illumination here, but it feels more illuminated than the shadow forest you were in. There was this kind of pervasive darkness surrounding you. This still feels dim. It feels like the light has been turned down, almost, but it is more illuminated. You can see clearly in here.
Okay. And is there a
the
fork in the
farther you-
road
I tried
as
so hard.
shown on the map, kind of?
Yeah, so about here, you see it, there's rocks in the way. There's this kind of, you can't really see past that right now. But it looks like if you continue on, the valley keeps splitting and you've had to, slowly, make decisions right or left. And it seems like there's a fork upwards in the road.
Okay.
It seems to bend ahead of you and open further. And you notice as you look around that nothing grows in this place. It is a blasted, slate floor, slate ground, what you can see through this dust.
So Victor's traveled a lot, like in the outdoors, and like if he stops for a second and kind of just gets quiet, does he hear anything moving other than us?
Roll me a perception check.
I will do it only one time.
Do it one time.
Here we go. There we go. Yeah, so I realized it opens up a side window, but it went. So 15.
Yeah, so when you look around, all you can really hear is this wind that is just growing louder and louder. As I said, like the deeper you go into this valley, you've been walking for a couple of minutes now, the wind is whipping at your clothes and beginning to howl past you.
So it's coming from the way we're facing.
Yeah, it's coming. It's everywhere you're walking. It feels like it's fighting again. You're fighting against it.
And no smell at all. It doesn't have like an aroma.
It's dust and grit and dirt. You know, it's that smell of kind of like just dryness.
As we get closer to that end of the cave, the wind seem to pick up?
The farther it doesn't feel like you're getting towards the end of this valley. It feels like you're getting deeper into it, and the wind is just getting more and more just howling past you the deeper you go into it. You do notice though that the walls of the valley begin to almost sweat. You notice this condensation beginning to collect. And the longer you've been walking, the more you notice that it's starting to almost run down, like the stony faces of these valley walls. It's creating this like tear-streaked effect mixing with this dark dust as it runs down. Almost look like the walls are weeping these black tears.
Are we close enough that we could, like, reach out a gloved hand and just touch the liquid?
If you would like to, yeah. The wall is right there. So if you would like to reach out and touch it, you can.
Beatum, what do you think? What do you think about this?
I've never seen anything like it. Be careful.
Okay, so he reaches actually down into his boot and he pulls out the boot knife that he actually uses. And then he just kind of dips it under there so that maybe a little bit will drip on the blade, and then kind of takes it up to his face and kind of like smells it, sees how viscous it is. Does it?
Yeah, so it's this kind of thick liquid, it appears to be, that's mixing with this dust that is again still like howling and blowing all around you. So it's at this point.
Does it remind us of Brian, like the viscosity of Brian?
No, more so. I mean, it's I'm sure you've been outside, especially when you're a kid, and you pour some water onto dust, and when there's like too much dust really for the water to hold on to, so it makes this kind of like almost like sandy snake kind of thing. That's kind of what it is. It's this black, and you notice some other moisture kind of weeping from it.
I do not know I do not know Beatum. We have Jericho winds, very dry, very windy on the Ruthenian plain, but never with moisture like this.
We should move through the valley as quickly as possible. Don't touch the walls.
Yeah. And so he wipes the dagger kind of in the dirt, kind of just wipes it off. If he's looking at it, does the moisture seem to go back towards the wall or anything? Does it have a mind of its own?
No, it just kind of feels like it kind of just looks like the stone itself has this condensation that's coming off of it and mixing with the dust. It doesn't seem to have a mind of its own or anything like that. It just seems like the rocks are sweating this moisture.
And even like if we head in the direction that if Beatum wants us to keep going forward, are all the walls sweating or just that one?
That's what it appears to be, yeah. It seems like all of them have begun to create this condensation effect.
Where should we go, Beatum? This appears to be wet everywhere.
Do I have to make all the decisions for you? Damn it, Victor, you're your own person.
As they're chatting, I want to kind of stalk ahead this way, slowly, keeping an eye out.
I worry about you, Beatum.
Okay.
Worry more about yourself.
Are we sweating?
You begin to feel this intense thirst. You're not sweating, but everything feels dry. Like Arizona in the summer, Vegas at Red Rocks, just this, you feel the moisture starting to kind of sap from you.
Yes. All right, let's go.
So when
I want to
Victor's,
take a look at the. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
I was just gonna say, so he's got like a little water skin, so he's feeling kind of thirsty, and so he's like kind of like fuck beat him, and he just opens it, looks at him, doesn't offer any, and just takes a sip. Does it refresh him at all, or does it immediately kind of evaporate?
It does not seem to refresh you, but for some reason, as you drink, you can't stop drinking. I would actually like for you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Nice. There we go. $13.
13. As you tip up your water and begin to drink, suddenly you are overcome with this thirst. The dryness seems to pull all the moisture from your body, and you're unable to stop drinking. And you just drink and you drink and you drink until you have drank every last drop of water that you have. Do you have any other water on you besides this one water skin?
I do not.
So as soon as that finishes, you just drop the skin. And Cutter, do you have any water on you that's visible, like a water skin or anything like that?
No, because I don't drink
No.
water.
Doesn't drink.
You don't drink water. Beatum, do you have a visible water skin on you or anything?
All of my water is in the bag of holding.
It's in the bag of holding. Does anybody currently have any visible water on you?
I probably would.
Probably visible, but it doesn't have water in it. I don't know if he's just
Gotcha.
gonna associate cup with.
So if you have a cup visible on you,
It's on my like belt.
it's on your belt. So Victor, you feel this intense urge to continue to drink, and you look around and you see all your companions. You don't see a water skin, you don't see anything, but then suddenly you see this cup on Cordelia's belt, and you are drawn to it, hoping that there's liquid in it.
So he comes over and says, I feel so thirsty, Cordelia. Give me that cup now. And he actually just reaches for it, even though she's got the
She's gonna
swords.
try to like smack him. Like there's nothing in it. Calm yourself.
Okay.
As you grasp at the cup and you do realize that there's nothing in it, this overwhelming thirst seems to dissipate from you when you realize that there's really no other water that's visible for you to drink right now.
I do not, Cordelia, I do not know what came over me. I'm so thirsty right now. I haven't felt like this since the desert. I think we need to get out of this place. It's going to suck us dry.
Can't lose another character like that.
You're not thirsty.
Well, we're like a little bit parched, right? Yes, I suppose a glass of wine would be delightful.
No, the deeper you go into this, the more this thirst seems to be building as the wind seems to be blowing. So what? But you know, you seem to come back to your senses. You've noticed this condensation, you know, on the walls. You notice the wind getting louder. You notice your thirst getting more and more. All of you notice this. What would you like to do?
I want to check the ground for tracks or any kind of other disturbances.
Okay, roll me a survival check.
Okay.
Okay. When you look at the ground, you notice that, again, as I had said before, that you're stepping through what appears to be this layer of dust, as if you'd walked into a room that hadn't been cleaned in decades. And that dust is blowing past you, swirling all around you. All of you, even now, it's getting to the point where you can feel like the wind tugging at anything loose on your body. and any cloaks you have, any baggy outfits you have are blowing past you. So when you look down to try to discover tracks on the ground, it is just this swirling dust that's blowing all around you. And as I said before, you occasionally see these small cyclones of dust blowing past you.
And
Okay.
me and Sylvester's hair is just done at this point. I
Just
would imagine.
boom. Sylvester's golden locks are just blasting back. It's actually getting to the point that if Annie is trying to fly, it's difficult for her small wings to stay aloft in this wind as it's bursting past you.
I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss her.
Okay, so she just disappears.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep moving
but-
forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at everybody else. Let's make haste. We don't want to be here too long.
Bordille's
We'll be
like,
careful,
"I
but
know."
let's move a little quicker.
And while they're moving, Victor puts an empty water skin into his pack, and then he pulls out like one of those long red cloths that he has, and he wraps it around him like the Ruthenian nomads would do. And just all you can see is like his eyes, and he's just got his mouth wrapped up so that the sand and stuff doesn't go into his nose and his mouth.
Gotcha.
Beat them, would you like wrap?
Beat covers his face with his cloak and
Yeah.
presses forward.
Nah.
Gotcha. So as you make your way forward, you get to this area here where it looks like there's a decision make to go left or right. And as you do, you notice the dust beginning to collect even more heavily in front of you. These small cyclones start to form, but as they're forming in front of you, you realize that they're not moving, they're not breaking apart. They're just there. And as you watch, the cyclones begin to take on this humanoid shapes. And then suddenly, standing in front of you, you see these creatures that appear to be made out of this dark dust. One step forwards towards you, Cutter. What's that?
Do we think that they look similar to what we saw in the woods?
This does not look like anything you've really seen before. This
Okay.
seems to be some type of swirling dust humanoid that has risen up in front of you. If you, I will click on the token, and you can kind of get a sense for what it looks like. This thing is now standing, just blowing in front of you as the dust is kind of, it seems like it should be blowing off in the wind, but it's staying tight around this humanoid shape. And suddenly,
that was good. That was apt.
Dust humanoid. It seems to be some type of
It's like that
dust
mummy
humanoid.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And suddenly, where a mouth should be on this creature opens up into this empty space, and you just see darkness. And then you suddenly hear this voice.
Oh my god, what?
Please. It hurts. Why are you doing this to me?
And then the other one steps forward, and its mouth opens wide again, and you say,
Please, no. I just wanted to go home. I don't want to die.
and suddenly it races towards you. And I would like all of you to roll for initiative, please.
Okay, well,
Ugh.
let's go. I need to move my D&D Beyond over here.
Did that work properly where it loads it up, Ryan, or do we have to click on ourselves again?
Well, it looks like I didn't clear anyone from last time unless you all rolled a whole lot. So,
Do you need to wait for us to roll?
yeah, it's clear now. So go ahead and
Okay.
roll, and then I'll
Shoot,
just
sorry.
manually add. Don't worry, I'll just manually add you in. Victor.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was my fault.
Is
Can
that
you
how?
add me in too?
Yep.
Is that how D&D Beyond works? Though, is that we still click on
once,
the token?
Well, you don't need to click on the token. Once we actually fix the Beyond 20 app for everybody, I think there is another thing in there that says like auto roll initiative into the turn order.
Cool.
So Victor, you got a 20?
21.
21.
Yep.
And Sylvester, you got a what? Eric. So Eric, it didn't roll for you because you need you should roll on. You can click initiative on your D&D Beyond sheet instead of rolling it manually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then why don't we just see these bad boys are going to go. 13. Let's put this into descending order and do what I should have done right from the beginning.
Oh, I didn't select the token.
Don't worry about it. I got you in there. I like this one better. All right. So as these creatures race towards you, kind of becoming one with the dust for a moment, and then suddenly arriving right in front of you, Cordelia, what are you going to do as they race in towards Victor and Cutter?
So if they're charging in, Cordelia's already jumpy as fuck. Like, she is just still on edge. I don't know exactly how much time has passed, but she's very, very much still on edge, and very suspicious. So she's going to charge towards it. So do you want me to use arrow keys? Doesn't matter. Music's a little loud.
Oh, you're good. I'll turn it down.
I'm gonna move here. And I would have already had my swords out just in this continuing
absolutely.
paranoia. I also have, it doesn't matter. As soon as these things start to move towards like the only people that I trust to be real, I'm gonna swing rapier at this first one. Where are my attacks? I should have been ready for this. So rapier attack 1 for 15.
15.
Doesn't do damage.
Is this again because some of the weapons don't have multiple weapon like damage options, so it doesn't roll the damage?
It's a rapier. It's just
I think if you click on the pink part of something I noticed the other day.
Okay, well, does a 15 hit?
15 does hit.
Okay, click on the pink.
So like if you click on rapier, I think it brings up the
where it says rapier +1. Yeah.
Oh, you know what I did? I'm an idiot. I just clicked the plus. It's a me problem. Okay.
It's a
so
you problem.
It's 100% a me problem.
Fantastic. So do you guys now see?
I see 12 piercing. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
on
see
the
15 under the
on the
page,
token, you see it. Yes. So chat. What we're going to do with combat is once the characters hit a bad guy for the first time, they will then see what the AC is, so that I won't have to continuously tell them when they hit, and you will also know what
You're welcome.
is happening. And I always forget that Aggressor, the music I'm using now, is very loud compared to the rest of the music. So.
Okay. So since I took the attack action, I'm going to do it again, and I'm going
so
to.
did we ever roll damage? 12.
Yes, 12
okay.
damage.
And this is the one on the top, right?
Yes, the one to the left of Cordelia.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, 15, that's great.
So as you actually are you poking with a rapier's poke? So as you poke into this rapier, you actually go through it, but you feel as you strike in, there's a pretty heavy resistance as you do. You're still able to pierce through and back, but you do feel like you do hit something. It doesn't feel fully solid, but you do feel like you got a solid hit on it. It's just how it kind of feels.
Okay, so it's like, I think I would have almost expected to just go right through it. So maybe I didn't like use as much momentum as I would have.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that again.
Okay.
With a 24. With wait, okay, I clicked it right this time. I did. I clicked it right. Whatever.
Maybe the beyond 20 thing when we clicked off roll attack and damage at the same time was a mistake on my part. So we can always fix that on the break
I know,
if it is an issue.
I'll figure it out. I won't be so exasperated every time. So that's gonna be another 11 damage.
Another 11 damage in the same way. So you're wielding 2 rapiers right now.
I have a rapier and a scimitar, but so my first attack is with a rapier, and then I do that twice with extra attack.
You rapier once, and that is your attack, and then with your extra attack, you just rapier again.
Yes. Does it make a sound, like a grunt, like any type of like audible reaction to me stabbing it twice?
Does it make an audible reaction to you stabbing it twice?
Yeah. Or reacted anyway. Maybe not liking being stabbed.
Yeah, because he was saying it hurts before. Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this?
Okay, well, he was saying that before I stabbed him, so. So she's still, like, I think Cordelia's just, like, so paranoid. I'm gonna bonus action scimitar.
Okay.
For 19 plus for damage, for another 9 damage.
For another 9 damage. So as you slice with your scimitar through it, it's the same thing. You go clean through it, but you feel there's this drag as you do. And you just get the sense that you are striking this creature, even though you seem to be piercing it each time. Are you doing anything else?
No.
So as you pierce this thing twice and then swing through with the scimitar, it calls out again this voice from this gaping mouth in front of it, and you hear it say, what it said, why are you doing this to me? I don't want to die. Victor, as you see her attacking this dust creature, seeming to do something to it, what are you doing as the other one races in towards you, following along with the wind?
Yeah, so Victor he's gonna move to give Cordy and Cutter. I'm sorry.
You're way up in the valley.
But so he started right here, right?
Real quick, this here is all wall that is too high for you to move on.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So here's my question then. Can I pass through Cordelia to get through the gap between these two guys?
You can't stop on her, but you can move.
So I could move to
attack
here
and move back. Yeah.
Could I get to there?
No,
because
that's 10 feet through there. Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so he kind of like takes a step forward, and he realizes with all his bulky armor and everything, this isn't going to happen, and then he just reaches out and puts that twinned chill touch on both of these, since they're 5 feet apart from each other.
Okay, and what does it look like when you do that?
So Victor, like, he kind of takes that step forward, and then he's like, shit, this isn't going to work, and then he just kind of reaches out his hand. And then as it's coming out, like, he kind of does that triangular sign of the whatever Chernobog. And then you see like that dark hand comes out from him, and it looks a little different than the dust. It looks like more shadowy and necrotic. And then it's the hands kind of split apart and then grab each one of the guys. So there's one hand on each one of them. And I'm not sure, should I roll that twice?
I believe you just target it twice, and correct me if I'm wrong, chill touch is an attack roll, right?
It is an attack roll, yeah.
Yeah, so roll one for each target.
Okay.
It'll be under your Reaper effect, and I believe it does say roll a separate one for each target.
Cool. Okay, so here's the first one. Did that go?
It's 23 to hit, but it didn't do any damage. So yeah, maybe it's that beyond 20 thing that I said to switch off attack and damage.
Okay, I'll switch that later.
I'll
switch that later. Yeah. There's the second one.
So both hit. So you reach out with these spectral hands and grasp onto this kind of swirling dust creature and imbue it with this necromantic energy. So roll me your damage twice.
Cool. I think I can hit on there. Yeah, so it's letting me hit the pink on there. So it's 12 on the first one, and then 7 on the second one. And then he's got that thing where if they're immune to necrotic, like, they take necrotic.
Gotcha. Okay. So which one is 12 and which one is 7?
So 12 is the one by the upper one by Cordy, and then 7 is the one by Jason. Cutter.
Okay. So you do feel, you feel your spell, you feel this chill touch grasp onto something that feels substantial enough. And it feels like you do, injure these things with the attack, but it doesn't seem to be making any sounds outside of these these pleading words
Okay.
that you hear.
And it says that the hands should remain clinging onto the target until the next
Okay.
turn.
There you go. So these spectral hands are wrapped around these dust humanoids
Yeah.
that are swirling in front of all of you.
And it sounds like they might be a ghost. If they're undead, they would have disadvantage against Jason and Cordy.
We'll see.
Okay, cool. And then I think he's gonna stay right there and try to help. So that'll be
Okay.
the end of my turn.
All right. So next up, we have Dariana. What are you doing as these swirling humanoid dust creatures are seems to be attacking your party, and they're just slicing through, hopefully doing some type of damage on them?
Let's see. Do I have a clear window to cast spells?
No.
Even with Spell Sniper?
Read Spell Sniper to me.
Or cover.
I mean, it's not necessarily that they're behind cover. You have 3 of your allies literally creating a wall in front of them. So I'll let you do it at disadvantage if it creates an attack roll.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess that's all I can do. So, how do I do disadvantage and roll D&D
Shift.
Beyond?
Just hold
Shift?
Yeah, and it should have like a little minus sign.
Okay. Oh, I see a plus sign.
Then maybe
Yeah,
just
it's
roll.
probably Alt or something
Control.
else. Shift is advantage, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Try a different one.
One of the two.
Okay. Did that work?
It didn't roll an attack.
That's weird. Should I just try to roll a d20? Or 2 d20s? You're on mute.
I legit was gonna call it. I almost
Yes!
said as you muted yourself, like this
801.
motherfucker is
Please,
gonna forget
please
he's
clip his silence fits. That's what I need. A bunch of
We need
muted
like a counter.
We made it an
yeah.
hour.
fits. Ryan fits.
God damn it.
Because it's always the same reaction. It's
2 days in a row. It's only that reaction because I've done it so often. Like for the 15 games, it's ever since I got this goddamn mic. I've done that. So yeah, just try to click on the on like the D20, or if there's like a separate, non-damage part of it, and just click it twice, and we'll just take the disadvantage.
I just imagine him shouting fiddlesticks.
That's not quite what I'm saying. That is fine.
goodness
if that is.
gracious.
Let's see. Did it work? No. Okay, I'll just do it here.
Okay. And then what is your spell attack modifier?
It does. She got 15 on
7.
the flat roll.
Yeah, 15 on fire plus 7. So like 22. Yeah, that absolutely hits. You got a 15 and a 19. So yeah, it hits. So which one are you attacking? The one that's in front of Cutter, or the one that's by Cordelia?
Well, I have 2 bolts. If I wanted to attack 2, would I have to roll twice?
So roll twice more. And then again, at some point, I'll hop in with everybody and we can jump into all of this stuff and we'll see. So you miss on the second one. So the person who's going for the one by Cutter, or the one by Cordelia?
I guess Cordelia was the first one. Cutter was the second one.
Okay. So Cordelia, the one that you hit on that. So roll damage for that. Oh, is that the 4?
Yeah.
No, you can. I'll let you. We were trying to figure out the sheet. I'll let you.
Okay.
But we're taking the second roll, even if it's lower.
Did that work?
6. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So 6 damage. As you, what does it look like when you cast your Eldritch Blast?
I guess I kind of swirl it and one hand cast it.
So you swirl, and then what color is it?
It's red.
Red, like blood, obviously. Dumb question. I assumed you swirl this red force as it appears in your hand, and you pull part of it off and cast at one, and you take the rest of it and you throw it at the other one. The first one zips right past Cordelia and strikes this creature. The second one bounces off the wall next to Cutter. Are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna step over here.
Okay. All right. So it is now these creatures' turns. This one is actually going to move. Let me confront this right into this space. And you feel, Cutter. You feel this wind of this creature as it kind of dissipates from the human form and starts swirling around you. I need you to make me a strength saving throw. Ten. So, on a failure, you take 13 points of damage as this wind bludgeons you, and you are flung 20 feet away and knocked prone.
Ooh.
Such as a large so you are thrown back. Let me move that out this way. 20 feet, 5, 10, 15. I'll say you just miss the rest of your party as you fly through the air out of what this thing turns into this small cyclone, wraps you up, bludgeons you, spins you around, and tosses you in the air. You're just as you fall back. When you land on the ground 20 feet away, you take an additional 4 points of damage as you slam into the ground.
9, folks.
Yep, and you are prone. Cordelia.
Yeah. Strength saving throw.
Yeah, if you would, as this creature turns into a whirlwind and engulfs you.
Hey, Ryan, I have a reaction spell. Am I able to use a reaction spell?
It depends on what the trigger of the reaction is. What is the reaction?
So the reaction is to when an attack is made. It doesn't have to be necessarily on me.
Okay, what are you trying to do?
Okay, so it's called, I watch Cutter literally get blown 20 feet away.
Mhm.
Hey,
And,
real quick, Ryan.
Yeah.
Can I use Uncanny Dodge on that, or is that different?
So
Take half damage on a seen attacker, or is it different because it's a saving throw?
No. Well, I mean, it's still damage. Okay. Yeah, you could take half damage on
the 13.
I'll say you could take half damage on the
4?
ground. Yeah.
Oh, just the ground. So I got to take the 13
because you can't
and then
really.
2?
I mean, it's uncanny dodge, so mechanically, it's like anytime you get hit, but theoretically, you are wrapped up inside the cyclone dust creature. So there's no really anywhere for you to dodge as you're bludgeoned around. But I'll say that you can take half damage as you land into the ground, so you only take 2 instead of 4 damage.
All right. So this is a Midgard spell. It's called Unluck on that.
Okay.
When a target makes an attack roll, or some other stuff, but
it's not an attack roll
against Sam, right?
It's
not an attack roll. Same as making
okay. So attack roll. Oh, saving throw or an ability or skill check. It's none of those things.
Yeah.
It is a saving throw, so it's not an ability or skill check. Yep.
Okay. So
I got a 20.
Cool.
So this doesn't seem like this is applicable.
It's not applicable. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. So on a 20, let's see if there's anything on a success. On a failure, this happens. If the saving throw is successful, the target takes half the bludgeoning damage and isn't flung away or knocked prone. So you still take half of 3 plus 2.
I almost want to get blown away though, so I don't have to be near this anymore.
Well, you don't. You bear down and you take 8 points of damage.
Okay,
you take 8 points of damage as, again, this humanoid creature suddenly swirls around you and strikes onto you. And you hear a voice again say,
Please, why are you doing this? I just wanted to go home.
I will reiterate, he said that before we attacked him, so.
He did. He seems to be repeating these
Yeah.
pleas for some reason.
Well, that's Cordelia's like justification for why she's gonna keep attacking him. Is like, I am not causing this. He was already doing this.
Right. I assume he moves out of your space afterwards because 2 creature. I mean, it can move into your space, but not out of it. So, yep. So that is the creature's turns. So we move to Cutter. As you are flung back through the air, you are able to kind of catch yourself a little bit, reduce the damage as you slam into the ground, but you're still prone on the ground, thrown away from this dust creature that is pleading for you to let it live, or that it didn't want to die, or why are you doing this to it? And it is attacking you while it says those things. What are you going to do?
Get up. How much
All right,
of that
half your
does-
movement. Yeah, it's
half my
15 feet.
movement?
It's half your movement.
Okay. And you said you're treating the shadow. This looks like a shadow to me, but you're treating it as the wall, right?
Where?
This edge here. That looks like the shadow of these rocks up here, but if you're treating it
So
as
this
a cliff,
this
that's
like
fine.
this land here.
Yeah. That's fine.
Oh,
You see what I mean? How it's the shadow of the rock.
wait a
But whatever
second.
works. I mean, if you want to treat it that way,
Yeah,
that's fine.
that's why I was confused.
I don't know. Because
Yeah, it looks to me as though those are that's the cast shadow of
well
the tall
then
rocks.
what is but is it so so you're saying maybe like this is the rock over here and that this
It
is
starts
just
to
ground right
rise
here?
up, yeah, over there. yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, let me just freehand a little bit of brown here, and let's just say, am I on the? I'll use a map and background token. It looks to me as if. What do you think? Like this over here, is the rocks? Like that,
Oh,
and like
I
all of
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow.
would say
Wow. That
Oh,
fucked
yeah.
with me. That fucked with me pretty bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I was so confused, Ryan.
I feel like this is like an optical illusion map, and you can take it either
Yeah.
way. It is a blue and black dress. So yeah, so that line that I just made, that the stuff in the sunlight is. Can you guys see that line that I made?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
can
think
see
we
it.
got a lot
Yeah.
more room now.
Okay, yeah. So you now, yes, the valley is much more wide open than it appeared before. Suddenly, the valley appears much more wide open around you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to move toward the wall. So I guess like around there.
Okay, all right.
And then I'm just gonna end my turn.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Sylvester, as all of this is happening around you, what are you doing?
I am going to move as well, just to get a clear shot, just 5 feet to there. And on the one I have the clear shot at, he's going to get, he's going to get a little Eldritch Blast at him.
Okay.
That
Oh, and a crit. Yeah, absolutely.
Get
Yeah.
it.
So again, I
nice.
do think my Beyond 20 thing can mess this up because it should be rolling damage too. So just roll your Eldritch Blast damage. I think you can just click on the pink thing that says Eldritch Blast right in roll 20.
Alright,
Yeah, I think if you press on the pink, it'll just do it. The
Yeah.
damage.
hold on. Well, I got to hit the damage.
Yeah. 6. So you get do you have the Eldritch Blast that adds your modifier to it?
Yes.
Gotcha. So 6 force damage. Wait a minute. Is that automatically added in? Yes, it is. You did a 1 plus your modifier, which is 5. So you do 16 points of damage with Eldritch Blast, since crits are full damage. So what does your Eldritch Blast look like when you fired at this creature?
So mine, I kind of pull from my chest and throw it out like that, and it's a thick. It doesn't look like light or energy. It looks more like thick ichor, almost like motor oil.
Okay, all right. So you cast the thing out. It strikes into this dust creature, and Eldritch Blast is force energy, so it almost like dissipates this thing for a second before all the dust comes back into this humanoid form.
Awesome. And I've got 2 beams, so
Attack again.
I'm gonna do the same thing right back at him. Yeah. So
Yeah, baby.
there we go.
Yeah, absolutely. 19 will for sure hit.
Let's do damage.
8. All right, another 8 points of damage. As right as its form starts to pull itself back together in its humanoid shape, suddenly it's burst apart again. The wind taking some of the dust away before it's able to collect itself back together.
Okay, and with that, I'm gonna step back a little bit.
Okay. All right. Beat 'em as your allies are being encased in whirlwinds. Distant feet. As your allies are being encased in whirlwinds and tossed around and are blasting eldritch blasts all around you, what are you doing?
Beat him smirks even more than usual and then pulls out the 7 of coins, and 7 rotating coins begin to flutter in the air as he casts Magic Missile at 5th level. So that's going to be 4 D4s plus 4. I have to do this in the dice roller because it doesn't do it very well in D&D.
Level is only 4d4?
Give us the bag of dice.
I'm only doing that to 1, and then 3 other
I was gonna
will
say
go
like
into
that
the other
seems
one.
slow.
Drop that Magic Missile bag of dice.
Here we
Bag
go.
of dice.
I'm just going to let you do the thing and you give me a total.
17 for this one right there.
17
Nice,
for this one.
nice.
Okay.
And then
Oh, they're immune to Magic Missile.
you
No, they're
and then
not.
and 7 to the other one is 3 bolts of these force energies collide into them, and then Beatum will turn around and sulk backwards, trying to find like a spot that's like out of the wind to
Gotcha.
not get shit.
It's
in his
impossible.
eyes.
At this point, once these creatures started attacking you, the wind is whipping even harder. It seems to have been almost brought on by these things. It is impossible to escape it. And it's at the point with your small size that you're almost like being like blown backwards
your
by
head.
it. And you have to like hold your loose things before they fly off of you. Oh, one thing I forgot. Let's see here. Woo. One more for a couple of our extra VIPs.
Now's a good time for this.
Perfect time for it because I just remembered it. And if I don't do it now, I'll forget. Cordelia, what are you doing?
Now that we're back from the commercial break, Cordelia did not like what she just experienced in any way, shape, or form. So she is like, so now at this point, the wind is whipping. Her hair is just, it is a like bird's nest, and there is just dirt everywhere. This like dust cloud just tried to like whirl, did not like it, very unhappy. She's like, is there any residue after it like backed off from me? Like, do I feel like grimy now?
It's just in general, you've already been feeling grimy. You have been walking through this and the dust. I feel like I can't describe the amount of dust that you're actually walking through. It kicks up around your ankles. There's so much, and as the wind is picking up, it's blasting you. Like it is hard to see beyond 20 feet at this point because there's so much dust in this blasting air.
But did the experience that I just went through on their turn, like,
leave
how did
anything
that...
on you?
Yeah.
It felt like you were wrapped up in a dust cyclone, but it didn't leave any like residue on you.
Tangible. I didn't
No.
Okay.
Your all of your clothes are now filled with dust and dirt.
Oh my God. Gross.
But there's nothing that's left on you, like some type of
Okay.
film or anything.
Well, Cordelia is she was paranoid before, and she's angry now, because this is going to take a lot of work to get this back to where it should be. So, roll 1. That's going to be 13 damage, as it's just, now, like, as she's swinging, like, there's a physical exertion, because there's just this emotion going with it, and it's almost like a tennis player, like, as she's just, like, swinging. And she's gonna swing at the rapier again for 15, unless their AC change. That's gonna be another 8 damage. And
Okay.
then bonus action, scimitar again. It's just like a lot more. It's because usually her movements are very precise and very graceful, but this is just like angry hacking at this point. For another 9 damage.
And okay, yep, perfect. So again, you're angrily just like poking, slashing, and still you feel your blades sinking into something, but still striking through. And you just angrily hack and slash at this thing. It seems to be dissipating some of the dust. The dust that's like holding it together, it kind of starts to look a little fuzzy on the edges, like it's not quite maintaining the shape it had before.
Okay, that's actually
Victor.
Okay. Victor, now that he realizes where the canyon wall is gonna move, because he, without disengaging, right, he can move around the target.
Yeah, you
Here.
notice at this weird shadowy illusion that appeared to stop the
Cool.
show a cave wall before seems to dissipate, and you're able to move into more free space.
Cool, because
Yeah.
he has Cordy's, the Cordy's voices in his mind. He's like, oh, we got to get advantage on this.
Yep.
And then,
So you don't have advantage.
no,
So,
he doesn't, but I want her to have it.
Right, so flanking
Oh.
does not create advantage. What flanking does is -2 from the AC of the flanked creature.
Oh,
So
cool.
you will
Okay.
also still get a -2 from this. Or
Cool,
he will
okay.
get a -2. It doesn't have anything to do with what you do.
Okay, awesome. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I feel like bludgeon might be pretty good. Now what's weird, when I go over Mace of Destruction, it has a question mark on the dice. Does that because it's an independent weapon? Like that you made it?
I have no idea.
Okay,
Couldn't tell
well, I'm
you.
gonna press it. Let's see what happens.
No fucking clue.
Did that go?
Did not seem to go.
Did not go. Oh, here we go. Okay, so just normal roll. Boom.
Boom.
That
Mace of
go.
Destruction 15. Yeah, absolutely. Especially with
Okay.
that -2 on its AC. You smash this thing with your Mace of
Okay.
Destruction.
And then I'm guessing he's not living. But does the necrotic thing work with this mace? Where nothing can nothing can avoid my necrotic damage?
I that's just it's Reaper, right? Or is that the advanced Reaper or
It's
whatever?
a little different. It's called Touch of Death. When you hit a creature with a melee attack. Oh no, that's different.
Yep.
Hold on, I've got it here.
Yeah, you just got it right at 8 or 9. It's just like
Yeah,
whatever. You always ignore necrotic damage. That's going to be from any source. It's not going to be based on anything else, as far
Cool.
as I'm aware.
Yeah,
So-
inescapable destruction is what it's called.
Gotcha. And the Mace
Cool.
of Destruction is a magical weapon, correct? Obviously,
Correct.
because you're doing magic necrotic damage with it. So you
Correct.
do a total of 18, because that's how math works.
Cool.
18 damage on this thing. And at this point, it also, once you strike through, you smash with this mace, and it seems to blast the entire top half of it off of its body and disappears in the wind. But dust seems to form out of the wind around it and reshape. But you notice, just like the other creature, this creature is also kind of less corporeal than
Okay.
before.
And then as a
My God,
as I love it.
just go.
We are sending you home, my friend. And as his bonus action, he's gonna cast spiritual weapon where that purple dot was, and put a hammer, a Ruthenian warhammer that looks like it's made out of magic, on the other side of the thing that is fighting Cordy's.
Can I flank with a spiritual weapon? I feel like I ask this every time.
I don't think so, but
No.
I figured that way it'll just help you out a little bit over there.
All right. So where are you dropping this bad boy?
So right,
You clicking a
right
As
there,
if flanking, but
as if I was flanking if it was a person, but
right there.
yeah, cool.
Yeah. All right.
And here we go. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, 21 obviously hits. You guys,
Okay.
I need to put suddenly
There we go.
4 more come out of the dust.
So he takes 10 force damage.
10 points of damage as this. You said it's like a Rothenian Warhammer, right?
Yep.
As this Rothenian Warhammer
That's perfect.
of spectralness bashes through its form. Are you doing anything else?
I think I've done everything I can do.
That's
Thank
wonderful. Dariana, Blood Sorceress, what are we doing?
I am going to cast Firebolt at the one in between Victor and Cordelia.
This
Yes.
PC right here. This
That
this
one.
dust creature.
I'm also going to twin it.
Okay.
Mm,
What
nice.
is twinning mean? I assume that means there's two of them.
There is 2.
Gotcha. All right.
Work.
Yeah.
Oh man, still
No,
not
50
doing.
hits. Oh.
Are you?
Oh, did 50? No, that's the damage.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's only
Are you
rolling my.
clicking? Are you? It's only rolling your damage. It's not rolling the other one.
Yeah.
Again, when we take the break, we'll look at our app again and see what's going on. Okay. Because you're
Okay.
clicking, you're going to your spell list and clicking cast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Don't know what's going on. We'll fix it for next time, guys. Sorry, chat. So then, yeah, roll your just / roll 1d20 plus 7.
Okay. 1d20.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you need to roll 2 damage rolls for a spell, or is it 1 damage roll when you twin it?
It doesn't say. I kind of always assumed it was like 2 different ones if I'm casting at 2 different people,
I think it's
but
2 attacks.
Then roll another 1d20 plus 7.
oh, I'm only casting at 1 person. Is that I still have to do it again?
I think it's still 2 beams like Eldritch Blast. We
Yes.
can look at it another time, but that's what we'll go
Okay.
with right now.
Okay.
Yeah, bam,
Nice.
boom, boom. So you're striking this thing with. So the first one does 15 points of damage.
And second.
Does 10, so 25 points of damage. So as you twin this spell, what does it look like when you twin this firebolt? You're just grabbing this fire energy and casting it out twice.
Yeah, I think so.
So these firebolts kind of veer off and both slam into this dust creature at the same time. And when you do, one of it hits the top and it just kind of explodes across the dust, and the dust bursts away, and the bottom knocks the bottom. The other one knocks the bottom, the legs off, and bursts away. And the dust starts to try to reform itself, and then just seems to dissipate into the wind. And this creature just
Nice.
Oh, thank goodness.
disappears away.
I guess I'll say, "You're home now," and then stand behind this guy. Stand behind Sylvester.
Next is this creature's turn. So first we are gonna see if it gets its attack back. And it does. So this thing is going to move into your space.
Yeah. You want a saving throw, right?
I want that strength saving throw, please.
Oh, but it's so low. Oh no, I'm trained. Okay, it's not terrible. That was. Oh my god.
Is that a critical fail?
It's the new religion.
Is that a
Yeah.
critical fail?
I already have a red card.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Oh, no, but we decided everyone gets 2 cards from now on,
I
right?
thought that was when the thing started, though. The channel point started.
All right. I'll wait till channel points start. Chat, we're hopefully only one more stream away from affiliate, and when we are, 2 bad cards per person. Real quick explainer, these are the Norgames luck deck. When you get on an ability check or saving throw, when you get a 1, you get a bad card. And when you get a 20, you get a good card. So, you failed miserably, regardless
so
of whether you
literally
get a
the
card or
worst
not.
possible fail.
So / roll 3d8 plus 2. You
Oh,
take
whew.
10 points of damage immediately around you as this thing envelops you.
So
And you are flung 20 feet.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Oh, so you're straight back. So you actually slam into this wall.
Oh, good. I
Yeah,
was
so
hoping
you
that's what would happen.
smash into this wall and then drop to the ground. So let me see what kind of damage smashing into a wall does to
Probably
you.
a number of damage.
You're knocked prone. If you strike an object such as a wall or floor, you take. So I'm gonna say 10 feet through the air, bounce off the wall. So you take an additional 10 points of damage as you're flung and you smash into this wall 10 feet off the ground and then just drop, kind of crumple down to the floor beneath the wall, and you are now prone on the ground.
Great.
Yep. Cutter, as you see Cordelia crumple down onto the ground after being thrown by this whirlwind creature, the creature regains its humanoid form, still a little bit misty, still not quite holding itself completely together. What are you going to do?
I already have my arrow knocked trained on it, and I'm turned sideways, slipping through the wind. And question for you, do I get sneak attack? Is the creature within 5 feet, or is because she's prone I don't get it?
I'm not incapacitated.
Technically she's not incapacitated, so you can get sneak attack.
All right, well, let's see if I even hit here.
I could attack from prone if I wanted to.
Yeah, 22 will hit for sure.
All right. Did it not do my damage?
It's not doing anyone damage. I think that's my fault again. I think I fucked it up when I told everyone how to do their Beyond 20 extension. So we'll fix it.
Okay,
We'll fix it after the break.
so then I need to roll I'll manually do it here. Hang on.
I think if you just click on that,
You can just
pink,
click
Jason,
the damage on the car on the sheet.
Like
You should
click
be able-
short
there's an
bow.
attack roll and a damage roll. Or just see in roll 20 where it's
Yeah.
pink, like right on the roll 20 sheet.
Oh, got it. I see
Literally
it.
just
I got
click
it.
the word short bow.
There we go.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah. See, that's the way to do it. You roll. That's how everyone should do it. It rolls the attack, and then you can just click, and it'll roll the
Yeah.
I'm getting some. Yeah.
I was rolling through D&D Beyond to roll 20.
It should be D&D Beyond. Everyone should be in
So
D&D
that
Beyond.
should be
No one
30,
should be touching a roll
32
20
points.
sheet. So 32 points of damage. You would think it would be 32 points of damage, but this arrow seems to,
Of course.
because you're not shooting magical arrows, it seems to pierce immediately through the creature, not really grasping on anything. So that's 10, 6, that's 16 points of damage. But right as it pierces the middle of it, and you can see that it's kind of dust that it's going through, even as it slices through right at the end, the dust seems to fall apart.
Nice.
And although it doesn't take the effect that you think it would, the creature still puffs out into dust.
I was hoping he was going to catch the arrow and then have the arrow flying around as it
that would be so
rammed
cool.
into people.
Yeah. So, these creatures that were pleading for their lives before you even attack them are now dissipated.
I'm just going to casually put my bow away and go try to retrieve my arrow that I shot.
Okay.
Beatum doesn't wait. He is tired of this wind and just immediately presses on through everything to try and get out of this awful wind.
All right.
Victor follows him.
Your spiritual weapon only lasts for about a minute, right?
Yeah, only lasts a minute. And Ryan, I'm pretty sure I used my blue card last session.
Hey, I'm not going to argue with you. We'll take that sucker right off.
Okay.
Oh,
no.
And you're
Victor's
dead.
And you're dead. Oh, thank you. There we go.
I clicked the X to like make it go away, but I just killed you. So give me. So I'm gonna reveal the rest of this valley, but you're not actually making your way through this valley. You're continuing as you do, and the valley seems just getting higher and deeper. And it's taking you longer and longer, and the shadows continue to look like more wall. And
Has the moisture disappeared from the walls, or is it still there?
no, it seems to be this ever-present kind of condensation, and everyone's just getting more and more thirsty and more wind blown. And you're traveling, and you feel like you've been going for an hour, 2 hours. Or what are you doing as you continue to make your way through this valley?
I'm just
Lightning.
continuing on ahead.
Yes, same. Head down, walking.
So everyone is basically just trudging at this point, head down,
Yep.
and just moving on
Yeah.
and moving on.
Get sand out of the eyes.
Gotcha. So
Well,
suddenly, as
question
you're walking,
for you, real quick.
And
Yeah.
thinking a master of visions.
Yep.
This area up
Absolutely.
here, is that open, or are we just kind of confined to this central area?
You seem to be kind of confined into this valley.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure whatever the map is doing. It's more representative of where you are now, as opposed to where you actually are. So
Okay.
you just continue to work your way through this valley. Every now and then, you feel this extremely strong wind bursting down. You're barely able to catch yourselves, but you continue to trek on, and then it strikes through again. This wind does, and it feels stronger this time than it did last time. And then it strikes through again and feels even stronger. This powerful wind just blasting through, dust striking in the eyes to the point that you can't even open them anymore. And then the next time you feel it, you start to feel like you lift off your feet. Can I have everybody make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Ah, shit.
Oh, those are some low numbers.
Yikes.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are missing Sylvester's roll.
A dexterity saving throw, you said.
Yep, so you can just click on perfect. So
Cutter. Cut that.
Nice.
good deal. So Dariana, Beatum, Victor,
Definitely failed.
all three of you are flung off of your feet and smash into the ground behind you as you land back down with this wind just roiling past you.
How far back? How far did they get flung back?
They get flung back 5 feet. It
I just
basically
think
just
I
lifts
rolled
you off
really
your feet.
well, so I was gonna try and catch beat him, but never mind.
No, he's you'd be like aiming down to get him. He's lifted off his feet and kind of
Appreciate it,
smashed into the
thanks.
ground and dragged across the ground. And each of you are going to take 10 points of damage as this wind batters you into the ground. And for the 3 that failed, could all of you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
So only the failures take that damage, right?
Yeah, only the losers. Yeah, the
Do-
failures.
Loser.
Do we
Only
do the
the
damage
losers.
in roll 20 or on the token?
Never touch Roll20 or the token again. Put it all
Okay,
in D&D Beyond. You shouldn't be using anything from Roll20 anymore.
Oh, I see.
Like
Okay.
no character
Cool.
sheets or anything. You should be doing everything in D&D Beyond.
Perfect. I got
Yeah.
it.
Because eventually, 5 minutes from now, the overlay will catch up to the damage that you've all taken.
Okay. And then you said wisdom save?
Yeah, the wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, booyah.
All right. So you feel this darkness kind of overtake you for a moment as you're laying on the ground with this dust swirling around you, filling your vision, filling your mouth, filling your nose as it blasted you off your feet. But you're able to shake it off and wipe it away, and the darkness seems to dissipate. And you're back in yourself.
Second wind, just seeing this happen. I'm a second wind.
You get a second wind.
Yeah, I can. I can do it out of combat.
Of course you can do it out of combat. I was just asking.
Okay, I'm going to second wind.
Okay,
So
use
that's
second
5
wind.
plus 9, 14.
There you go. All right. So the wind is swirling around you as you guys continue to march on. The 3 that fell down, what are you doing?
I mean, Victor pops back up and then kind of gets between the wind and Beat him.
Gotcha. So you're creating this almost like windbreak in front of our small gnome friend.
So the big gusts, do they seem to be coming in any type of interval?
Not in like a timed interval, but they seem to just be occasionally like striking through. They might appear to be slightly shorter intervals the deeper you go into the valley.
I kind of like ran into the rock wall. When I touch it, does anything happen? It's just kind of like sweaty.
You run your hands along the rock wall?
Well, I just kind of like bump it, I assume.
You bump
Because I was blown 5 feet back, and there's a rock wall right there.
Yeah. So why don't you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Okay.
$25. When your skin touches this this weeping kind of like dust that's dripping down this wall, it burns. You feel this kind of this essence sinking into you, but as you quickly wipe it off, you feel warm for a moment, but it seems to dissipate without really taking effect.
Good to know. Good to know. I'm gonna keep going. Back
Gotcha.
away from the wall.
Gotcha. So you continue on, you continue to walk, you're trudging, and again, the wind is getting harder and harder. You feel like at this point, if Beatum wasn't behind Victor, he might just be perpetually like hanging on like an ornament on a car antenna. But he's able to maintain his feet until the next gust comes through. And I want everyone to make me another dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh, where do the old ones end and the new ones begin?
I think it's
Dariana.
I think it's
Dariana. It's Dariana.
Yeah.
There we go.
The
there we
18.
go.
Oh, what's the name?
Does Beatum get any kind of boost? Baby Bjorn boost?
He doesn't on this dust. Beatum, you are flung again, as is Cutter. You both fly back 5 feet and are prone. And can you both make me wisdom saving throws, please?
I hate this place.
Oh.
I also, Ryan, does this work? I have evasion, so when I'm subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw, take only half damage. That's, I guess, if I pass. So let me make my wisdom though.
So the thing is, I think with your evasion, if you are subjected to a dexterity saving throw and fail, you pass anyway, don't you? Or you take half damage or something like that?
It says if I make a dex saving throw to take only half damage, you instead take no damage, and half damage if I fail. So if I fail, I take half.
Right. So you're not taking any damage. You're just being knocked prone.
Okay.
And beat him. So you're knocked prone, and again, you feel Cutter's knocked prone, and you feel this darkness start to close on you again. But you just wipe the dust away, and stand up, and it stops. But beat him. You stay laying on the ground, and this darkness seems to overtake you again. And suddenly, the darkness clears, but you're still on the ground.
Hey.
And then you start to feel these biting insects start to crawl over your body. You reach down to scratch them off, but you can't move. The insects coat you and fill your clothes and bite into you. It feels like they're burrowing inside of you until they start to rise up and cover your face and go down into your mouth, and you start to be unable to breathe as your tongue swells as you're bitten, and it fills your ears until they're ringing, and these bites are covering your entire body until you feel like you're one hot, bright spot.
Definitely some gurgled screams trying to come out.
Do we see anything?
Yeah, what does Victor see?
As you're watching Beatum lay on the ground, you just see him laying still on the ground until he suddenly has these gurgle screams coming out from him with his eyes closed.
So Victor kneels down, kind of puts his mace down next to his head, and then he's like, beat him, and he's like shaking him, like on his chest.
So as this white hotness overtakes everything of who you are, suddenly it dissipates and you're able to open your eyes and move again, and you see Victor standing over top of you.
Beatum, are you okay, my friend? What is going on?
Beatum, even though his eyes are clear, he starts slapping himself furiously, like using like shocking touch almost on himself too, to like try to kill the bugs, screaming and rolling around, absolutely terrified.
And then does it seem like Beatum's taken damage?
He doesn't appear to have taken any, not physically.
Oh man. Okay, so Victor, just can I help you up, Beatum?
Beatum finally calms down and realizes there's no bugs on him, and lets out a relieved sigh, covers his eyes again, and reaches out for your hand.
Okay, he offers his hand, and as he picks up, he goes, "Would you like Chernobog's blessing?"
Beatum like grabs onto you like a child holding onto their parents, just to like try and get some respite from the wind and just like calm down and reassure himself for a little bit, and kind of just whimpers, doesn't even say anything.
Okay, and as he does that, he picks him up and he puts his hand like right on his head, like beneath the mushroom cap, and he gives him a cure wounds.
Okay, all right. Awesome. So roll that cure wounds.
So I think, let me see if I do this right. Did that
9
work?
points of healing. Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Cordelia is gonna try to like link elbows with Sylvester to like, cause now this like second burst has almost knocked her off her feet. She's gonna like link elbows with him and try to like hold, as if he's like her escort, like hold on to Sylvester.
Yeah, I'll hold back on too. I don't think,
We're just like,
I'm rather lithe myself. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you guys continue forward, these bursts of dust occasionally coming, but now that you've all kind of linked together, and are kind of looking out for each other, even as the gusts kind of strike you and kind of try to drag you off your feet, your allies are pulling you in and getting it closer. And then you start to come to what appears to be the end of this valley. You find yourself walking into what appears to be a short tunnel ahead of you. When you leave the valley, there's this kind of cave mouth, right kind of tucked into the side of the valley, and it seems to be the only place you can go. Give me one left.
Is it less windy there?
Give me 1 second.
Well, I was gonna say, does it seem like the wind's coming from it, or yeah?
It does seem like the wind is actually coming out of this cave mouth.
But there's nowhere else to go.
There's nowhere else to go. Give me 1 second.
Okay, we don't want any dead air. We're just asking questions.
Yeah. Because roll 20, is so user friendly. You all are right. Here. In the bottom left.
Ryan, I gotta step away for a second.
Okay. So again, as you're walking, you see this kind of cave mouth open up in front of you. Right there. And next to you, along this cliff wall, you see those black, kind of almost tear-like runnels coming off of the wall, mixing with the condensation over here. And as you're leaving the valley, this is this kind of short, kind of tunnelish area that leads to this cave mouth right here. And why don't we just go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be back to continue our adventure. So chat, we'll be back shortly. Hi, and we are back. You can see some practice rolls there in the in our little roll box.
Everything
I
went
think
to
we've
hell
got-
during the break.
Yeah, everything went to hell. We all died. You missed it. We forgot to turn OBS back on so you guys could watch everything.
TPK.
And
That's
I
it.
killed everyone. That's my bad, guys. I'm sorry. So, yeah, give me 1 second real quick. We want to give a quick shout out to Eric's daughter and her friends that are watching. So thank you for stopping by. Is this the murder hobo one or the other one?
We always have to ask.
The
Is
other
this
one.
your murder
It's the other
hobo
one. It's not the
daughter?
murder hobo daughter. It's the other one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So this is
So
a shout out to Zoe. Thanks for watching.
there you go. So as
And
we get back
her
into
friends
this,
that play. Yeah.
you guys were making your way through this wind-torn, shadowed valley. As you found your way towards the end of it, after fighting these dust creatures that were, for some reason, calling out these pleading phrases, and you continued forward into deeper into the valley as these maddening gusts were blasting you backwards. You find yourself at the opening of a cave mouth right here. So you guys are, 30 feet from it. What would you like to do?
Are we out
I'm
of the
going
wind?
to continue forward.
No, the wind, what Sylvester noticed previously, the wind seems to be coming from the cave mouth itself.
I just hold on to Sylvester tighter. Like, oh, this sucks so much. Oh no!
We lost him.
And now our whole thing, we're gonna
Uh-oh.
look real different soon.
Who did we lose?
Eric.
Oh,
Eric.
Eric. Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, we got to
His
wait
daughter-
for him to come back.
His daughter
otherwise
murdered
we'll-
him.
Oh wait, hold on. It says my.
She's like, "I'll show you,
actual
murder
name
hobo."
here. Gonna
There you
just
go, that's
change that
exactly what it
real
is.
quick. Forgot to change that.
All right, sorry. More technical difficulties. Chat, give us one moment, please.
Oh, I got to move him back.
Yeah.
There we are.
Are we back? Is everybody back where we are supposed to be?
We are back.
Wait. Eric?
Yes.
Wait. Jess
Yep, we're
is
good.
Eric.
Yeah.
Nope, he
There we
switched
go.
it.
No,
Oh, sorry, I
you're,
was
you're
watching
looking at
the-
the
I was
lag.
watching the
We're
stream.
back. We are back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
back.
Okay,
We're back.
cool,
We're
cool.
back.
Good job,
Sorry, guys.
everybody.
We are back. So now that we are back, you see this cave mouth bursting forth, all these maddening gusts, all this wind that's been blasting dust. All of you are, by the way, coated in dust. You look like you just came out of about a week in the desert. This dust on your lips, it's on in your ears. You've tasted it for hours now at this point. What do you want to do as you make your way
Hurry
towards these?
forward.
Scurry.
So I want
forward.
to head toward the cave mouth and see if I can see anything inside.
So as you scurry forth into the cave mouth, you find yourself seeing this. It seems that you can head deeper into it. And as you look at the entrance of the cave mouth right here, you notice a number of bones on the ground in front of you.
I'm going to go inspect them.
Okay.
Beatum sees what he's doing, and I'd like to help. Give the help action.
Gotcha. Absolutely. So why don't you roll me an investigation check, Cutter?
Okay.
Okay.
Holy shit. 0 modifier. I'll take it.
There
Yeah,
you go.
buddy.
Well, you actually get advantage because Beatum helped you, but maybe he just pointed something out to you. So you notice this ring of bones, and you notice this massive amount of dust swirling around you, still blasting forward. As you look down, you're covering your eyes to even see what's in front of you. But when you do, you notice that just on the other side of this line of bones, the dust appears to be still.
And they're arrayed as they're shown here in this half circle.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna look over to Beatum and
The wind is dead on the other side of these bones. Do you sense anything that would cause us ill will?
Beatum doesn't even wait. As soon as he hears that there's no wind on the other side, he just immediately crosses across. Just like goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then as soon as you find your way there, when you step on the other side of it, you're looking back at your companions who are still all shielding themselves in the dust, barely able to see you, and you are now in this calm space with no wind blasting.
Oh. Immediately he starts to prestidigitate himself clean.
Thank God you have that.
Can
I just
we see
grunt
Beatum?
and then step over the threshold.
You can see a little bit, but again, the wind blasting from this, it seems to be the source of the wind. You are barely even able to open your eyes as the dust and wind is blasting into you.
All right, let's
but you
go.
see him. Yeah.
And he seems to be okay.
He does seem to be okay.
Okay.
So real
I'm going
quick,
in.
Ryan, when I investigated these bones, they look human or humanoid or anything in particular.
They appear to be
that I
humanoid.
gleaned?
Yeah, they appear to be
Okay.
humanoid. Yeah, absolutely.
Beatum,
Alright,
would
well,
you
I'm
mind
gonna-
terribly?
Beatum spends a ridiculous amount of time cleaning himself up. Like it's kind of he's really just had a very traumatic experience and almost ignores you for a little bit as he cleans out his pockets, just like dumps them out. And he doesn't immediately go to you. He goes over to Cutter first and starts getting him clean. And then Dariana. And then you. And then Sylvester. And he doesn't even worry about Cutter.
Yeah, I wave you off too. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm going for
There
the
you go.
windswept look.
It looks so good.
Yeah, you definitely have
Cordelia
that
looks
like.
at Sylvester
No,
like, damn, maybe
no,
I should have kept the look.
she is
That looks
lying.
fine.
She is lying.
Yeah.
You look horrible.
You have those like Southern California beach curls from when
Right.
you're. Yeah.
I'm going
He just got
to.
off a surfboard.
He's got Patrick Swayze hair
Right?
from Point Break.
Dariana's going to nudge Victor and kind of nod to his knife.
Dariana, you suspect a danger in the cave, yes? And he
Bones
holds.
scattered on the ground don't seem to bode well for me.
I very much agree. I'm worried. We have to find some skulls soon. He holds the dagger up. He never pulls it out himself.
I take it and cut a little bit on his hand and cast blood
Okay.
armor on myself.
Did we agree that was
That
one
remi-
hit point, Ryan?
Yeah. We did agree that was one hit point.
That reminds me too. Once we find this Master of Visions, has anyone thought of what we might say?
Oh,
Of course.
We need to find out who is getting married and how to break up wedding. Yes.
Where the wedding will take place.
are we under the impression that this Master of Visions is just going to speak with us? Is he friendly? Is he going to be an enemy?
He doesn't want to be found, that's for sure. So,
We'll do what we must.
So are we going to agree
Alright.
now? We're not going to obviously not kill him. I feel like we need to have that conversation ahead of time. Don't kill.
Why don't we make that decision when we meet him? I think the answer will be clear.
Interesting you say this, Cordelia, because what I noticed in Canyon was dust demons ask for mercy. You attack 3 times, then 3 times more. Then you attack again and again.
So, in my defense, I was attacked first. So,
They made you dirty?
and I find that a personal attack more so than any physical attack. could ever truly harm me.
Okay. I do not want you to be filthy, so I'm
And
glad.
she like flips her hair. I wish I still had the wig on. She flips her hair and like anime sparkles. Just.
Nice.
Disadvantage.
Oh god!
You got prestidigitated. You don't have that the nice beach hair, so it doesn't really do as much for you.
But I'm
Sylvester, he did it.
clean.
Yeah.
Can I trade
And I
an
look at
advantage to
Sylvester
give
like,
Sam
"God damn it."
disadvantage?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, I'm
Only
gonna
reason
I'm gonna
he gives me
keep
disadvantage.
going
Yeah.
forward and keeping an eye out, moving slowly forward, moving stealthily now that the wind has died down.
Roll me a stealth check.
All right.
You have a +2.
It's crazy,
Plus
right?
12. It's fucking.
Oh, you have expertise.
Expertise. Yep.
So yeah, you are stealthy, and you see. One click. Where's the beginning? There it is.
Hmm.
Mm.
You
And also, now the wind's died down, and we're not fighting that anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Annie back.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I just have to grab her off the other screen. There you go. So as you are stealthily peeking around this corner, you see this kind of wide open cave open up in front of you. You see scattered bones. And funny you should say you need to find a skull soon, because you actually find a number. You see a number of skulls kind of pushed up against the wall, almost as if they've been brushed to the side. There's dry, brittle bones, and you also notice that it is illuminated by these candles. You see these large piles of candles, hundreds of them, revealing, as you step further into the cave, these strange markings on the ground around them. And the deeper you go in, you notice that behind each one, there is this sigil or glyph on the wall.
And this is the only illumination, right? Otherwise,
The only
it's dark.
illumination you see are these massive piles of burning candles with this some type of language on the ground circling around it with these and illuminating these sigils on the walls.
I'm going to cautiously approach this one here and take a closer look to see if I recognize them at all.
You don't. You absolutely don't. You're not arcane in any way, correct?
No.
Yeah. So but regardless, you've been around enough to know some type of, arcane looking symbol when you see it. And to you it seems like maybe it's something like that, but you're not sure what else it is.
All right, I look back over my shoulder and beat him a look.
And
he
beat him
knows
seem. No, he actually is like looking off in another direction and kind of like ignoring you and kind of wanders over here and then begins to like go through his personal belongings to make sure there isn't any bugs in there. He seems a little distracted at the moment. Maybe you should look for someone else.
All right, I shrug and wave Sylvester over.
All right, I'll walk over to him.
Okay.
Do
When you
these
get there,
mean anything to you?
I don't know. Let me look. So I'll take a look.
why don't you roll me an Arcana check?
Yeah, not exactly my strong suit, even though I'm a caster. Let's see. Good old Arcana.
Well, it's because you're a sugar baby caster, not a book learner.
Right.
Booyah!
Yeah. So you get the sense that it is in some way, shape, or form, possibly arcane, but it's weird because regardless of that, it's in languages you don't quite understand. What languages do you speak?
Common, and I actually realized the other day I never picked out my second language. 9 levels in.
All right, haven't needed it. So whatever other random language you speak, it's not bad
It's
either.
not
It's
bad.
not common.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's a standard arcane rune either. It feels different. These are some type of glyphs or sigils that you haven't really encountered before.
I'm going to ask Annie if she has any idea what they are.
Okay. When you telepathically communicate with Annie and kind of ask her for, what is this? She tells you that parts of it seem infernal, but parts of it also seem abyssal. And there's some type of something in it that just seems other. And when you notice, and she points out those parts, when you see them, you kind of get this this sense of emptiness when even just trying to read it. And when you look around throughout this whole small complex, you notice that there are a number of these batches of candles on the ground illuminating. Each glyph or each sigil is slightly different. And then you also notice some areas along the edge here that you realize you could actually, it's about chest high, and you could actually pull yourself up and continue to look further. And you see this kind of space up here that rises up almost like these deep, heavy steps.
The step isn't chest high, like the next tier up.
The tier up, it seems like if you were a giant, this would feel like a step, but it is this chest high area in the rock where it looks like you could pull yourself up to continue forward, and there doesn't seem to be anywhere else in this kind of small cave complex to move forward to.
Victor's kind of looking at Beatum. He's a little bit worried about him. Beatum, my friend, are you okay? You are normally very interested in this arcane bullshit.
I will be fine, Victor. Thank you for your concern. I just need to make sure that I'm here, and not somewhere else. You understand, right?
I'm not sure I do. Since we had those dark visions, I am very confused, to be honest.
As am I, but just give me time. I will be fine.
Okay. You let me know if you need help, because I am worried about you, my friend.
Beatum gets a little more serious now that somebody's come over and talked to him, and he's actually going to head down here over to actually look at that glyph.
Victor's going to give him a little bit of space. He's going to split the difference between him and Cutter.
So as you head down to this glyph, what languages? You roll me an Arcana check as well.
Sure. While we're at that, I speak Primordial, Abyssal, Infernal, Gnomish, and whatever the common language is.
The trade tongue.
Common. It would be common.
19.
With that +9, yeah, you realize this is incredibly arcane, but in an odd way, it's also infernal, and it's also abyssal, and you also see, as you look over it, bits of primordial, like deep within it too.
All three.
You see a little bit of everything, and again, something that doesn't seem like something that you've ever seen or understand, and some type of otherness to it that that makes you feel lost a little bit, but not in the way that you don't know where you are. Lost in the way that you kind of lose something for a moment as you read past it.
So I can't determine a purpose for this glyph.
No. The I don't say variety of these languages and things. It appears to be something magical, but you can't even begin to comprehend half of what it is. The parts you do comprehend, you don't quite understand. There's something about it that's not letting you understand, do you feel?
Almost purposefully confounding.
Riddle?
If I could read it, what kind of riddle doesn't even let you read it?
The greatest riddle of all.
The answer is man.
The answer is 42.
There we go. Yeah.
So what are we
Definitely
doing?
Me too.
So yeah, as you're looking this over, Dariana, what are you doing? There we go.
Yes,
I'm gonna wander over to the one that Cutter's looking at, and
Gotcha. It's contagious.
I also understand and speak Infernal and Abyssal, so I'm going to try because nobody else has communicated to me what's going on.
Yeah, you can roll me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Seems Infernal, seems Abyssal, probably Arcane. Can't understand a word of it.
Okay.
And Cordy, what are you up to?
So Cordelia's actually still at this part.
Nope, my bad.
Oh no, you're fine. I understand why you think I just forgot to move. Cordelia's still here, kind of keeping, like, she kind of is listening, and hears all these people like probably talking about magic stuff and knows she has no place in this conversation whatsoever. So she's actually gonna keep eyes on this entrance, just identifying almost like a choke point. They got attacked by things here before. If this is a way in and everybody else seems very occupied in what they're doing, Cordelia would like to kind of keep watch here, to just kind of see, like, make sure that they don't move in here and then they get basically flanked. So
Roll me a perception check.
Perception. God damn it. How cool would that have been if that number was higher?
Would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
But considering it's a +5.
Yeah.
Regardless, as you're looking back, you're basically 5 feet away from the edge of this, kind of this half circle where this magical wind seems to be pouring out from, that harassed, the entire party for hours. As you're watching, it is just filled with dust on the other side, and occasionally you get a glimpse of this humanoid kind of shape forming momentarily in the dust, coming forward towards where this kind of barrier almost is, and then as it comes towards this half circle, it just dissipates and is blown back out.
Do I hear anything?
You hear inside here. You hear your companions talking. You hear.
So I don't even hear the wind on the other side.
You don't.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna, until somebody gives me a signal that we're like moving forward in any capacity, I'm gonna stay here and just keep watching.
Okay.
Speaking
And what are the
of
rest
moving forward,
yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
all right.
I'm gonna go take a look up on this ledge here.
You're actually going to go up on that ledge?
Yeah, you said they're like waist high, right?
Yeah, they're like about chest high, but you can easily just, put your hands up and kind of, get up and
Yeah.
over.
Well, I'm gonna
Um,
look first, make sure there's not some gaping mouth
Gotcha.
and teeth or something. But yeah, if it looks clear,
Gotcha.
I'm climbing.
This isn't
So as you
Merkborg.
kind of work your way right to the edge of this, you are suddenly struck by this noise that seems to be kind of filling the area. This just kind of
Man, I kind of.
Can we hear it or only Cutter?
Cutter right now.
Okay.
Yeah. And then as you kind of peek around the corner, you see this kind of deep cave. You see bones scattered across the bottom of it. You see on the far edge of it a massive painted eye dominating the floor of what appears to be this main chamber here. You almost feel like it's watching you, but it could just be a trick of the light or some type of optical illusion. But as you peer around for a moment, it appears as if this painted eye on the floor is looking at you. And when you blink for a second and look back at it, it appears to just be painted on the floor. But for that one moment, you feel like it was watching you when you peeked around the corner. On the far wall here, you see what appears to be this large spectral serpent, twisting shadowy arms floating beside him, unhinged and disconnected from his scaly body. This token doesn't quite do it justice, but it seems more spectral than this, and it seems to be almost meditating on the far wall, as in when you look down at its body, you see that it's resting on this massive pile of bones. Next to it, you see this giant mortar and pestle, large enough that it would be a massive cauldron for you to try to move, but dwarfed next to this creature. And on this kind of far edge here, illuminated by more candles with a sigil burst into the wall behind them, you see these two creatures, things you've never seen before. I actually feel like I have...
it's like a walking Sarlacc pit.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yep.
Oh my god,
This
it got worse. It got
is
so
what you
much
see.
worse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bye forever.
It must be the Master of Visions.
And that
And
kind
he's
of...
making guacamole.
There you go. And that...
Ooh.
With your souls. You see these two creatures on the far wall, and that is what that sound you heard, that kind of like this mumbling, gibbering noise bursting forth from multiple of these mouths, and this chaotic noise that's echoing through this chamber. That is what you see as you peek around the corner. Cutter, what are you going to do?
They don't seem to notice me, right?
Other
than the eye that looks at me.
The spectral large snake creature seems to be meditating. Its eyes appear to be closed because it does have this face that you can see. The other creatures are just kind of writhing with all of these mouths opening and closing. And as you're listening, you're still hearing this kind of gibbering sound that's filling this chamber, but appears to only be heard from you when you lean in and kind of enter the chamber a little bit. And as you kind of step back from it, the sound kind of dissipates.
Okay. I'm going to stealthily make my way back the way I came and stand in the middle of this group here and kind of just wave them over.
Okay. So Cutter comes back I would say he has a look on his face, but it is Atticus's face. And he calls all of you over. You don't see Cordelia. Do you call her over as well?
I'm not calling, I'm just motioning. I didn't say a word. So if she's not in
Gotcha.
line of sight, then no.
Yeah, and if she doesn't hear anything, she's not gonna go.
Gotcha.
there, so.
All right, so the party kind of gathers around you.
There are creatures on the other side of that cave. A great worm, spectral-like, and an eye as well that seemed to watch me. And other creatures who make these horrible sounds. Can you not hear them?
Can we hear them?
You cannot.
It's as if they speak in your mind.
But Cutter, I do not hear what you are hearing.
Ryan,
You will.
would Beatum have ever experienced anything that rings out like that? The mumbling.
I don't. You roll me Arcana or History.
Oh, it's gonna be Arcana every time.
Giving you the option.
26.
26. You, in your research and your studies, you may have run across speakings of creatures such as these. They, as far as you understand, are aberrations. Things of the far realm that gibber and babble incoherently, but that gibbering can strike at your mind and attempt to drive you mad as it gibbers from its many mouths.
Okay. Beatum will keep that to himself for now.
Perhaps this spectral worm is the master of visions we seek. What were they doing?
It was in a meditative state. It did not hear me or see me, as far as I know.
The master of visions. I'm sure we are not here unseen.
Well, as I said, there is a great eye carved upon the floor that almost seemed to move and look right at me.
Do you think they are connected to candles?
Are you asking me?
I'm
I have
asking
no
you.
idea. There are
Wizard
candles in that
friend.
room. But that is not my expertise.
We should enter the room prepared for conflict, but maybe not immediately seem hostile.
Perhaps diplomacy? He stares up at what is your current name? Is it Remus or is it
It's Sylvester with us.
Sylvester currently?
Because it's Hamish up in.
Hamish? Yeah.
Remus.
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 I was like, man,
Hamish.
I only missed a couple sessions.
I know. I'm like,
Ramus!
I'm gonna have to use that from now on. But
Remus. Someplace you're Remus.
yeah, are you thinking this might be
Perhaps at least someone to talk to, if not someone to fight.
okay?
Well, if you wish to go, tread softly.
And I give him a look.
Step forward, you fools.
Of course, we are seen.
I immediately
You've
step
been
forward.
seen since you entered my forest.
Does Cordelia hear this too?
All right.
Did you like your visions?
So,
No. No.
if you're asking, no, it's not.
So I can dry and crush your souls into the dust that fills my valley.
As they hear this sound, Victor turns towards Beatum, and he gets down on a knee, and he goes, Beatum, may Chernobog bless you before we enter here.
Okay.
And then the thing, so Beatum notices that he does the same kind of hand motions and stuff that he had done in the catacombs with Cutter, and he puts a death word onto Beatum, and he says, "My friend, may Chernobog bless you today. I hope to send this serpent back to where he came from."
Can you cast
Yeah.
word so it pops up in the chat?
Yep, here it comes.
For the chat.
Did that work?
It did work.
Cool.
That will not protect you, Victor of the Calder. All of you will fall before me and become the dust.
I do not fear death, my friend. We are coming for you.
Then come.
Beatum, will you
I look
join?
at Victor. I'm like, wait, are we coming for him? Don't we need his help?
It's not too late for us to leave.
Cordelia like runs in, so are we fighting?
Quote it.
Are we going to talk to him? He seems to not want to talk to us. I think he just wants to turn us into dust. It's the
So
kind of vibe I'm getting here.
I just yell out, are you the master of visions?
Come forth, coward. For the information.
Okay.
I'm coming
That's
forth.
something.
I'm going right
I
there.
also go for information.
I go right to there.
Can we climb over this?
And if Victor will allow it, or if Beatum will allow it, Victor will pick Beatum up and put him up on that ledge.
Yeah, he definitely lets you.
Okay.
And then
So
I'll
he-
like pull him up onto the next one.
Oh, thank you. You guys are the best. You guys are so sweet.
Teamwork. Teamwork makes
And
the
then,
beat 'em work.
So while you're there,
Quote it.
What?
Victor kind of turns around at Cutter and is like, "You are the only one who has seen this, Cutter. Should we just all go in through one door, or perhaps we go other door?"
I don't think it matters which door we go through. But I'm taking the other one.
And I'm going to do just that. I'm moving back to where I came, peering around the corner, and waiting.
I think Sylvester and I are just kind of cruising forward.
And yeah,
Yeah,
Victor.
I
Victor
yelled out and asked if he's the master of visions too. I don't know if he heard that. I'm assuming he did. He's heard everything.
I'm gonna sit on this ledge and like cross my legs in a really like elegant looking pose.
Yeah. So as you step forward into here, you see on the ground this eye painted on the ground, and much like Cutter felt when he peeked for the first time, as you guys walk in, you feel for a moment this eye piercing into you and watching you before you blink away and realize it's just painted on the ground. And when you look, you see this massive, large, spectral snake watching each of you as you peek around the corner, catching your eye the second you do, it knowing where you are as you walk in, laying on this massive pile of bones with a mortar and pestle next to it. And as you step into the room, these otherworldly creatures across from you with these mouths and these eyes and just this noise coming from this noise, it fills all of you with dread for a second. And so as you casually sit there, maybe externally that might be what you're trying to portray, but inside this settles on you, this dread that just drapes across all of your shoulders.
Great.
So I'll yell out again and ask if he's the master of vision.
I am indeed Sylvester.
Ah, good.
Or should I say Hamish? Or any of the other names you wear?
Well, you can obviously call me whatever you like. We have come looking for you, however, but not for a fight. And I have that letter, correct?
You do.
I'm gonna hold it up and say, we've come to you for this. It says you can guide us and help us.
Oh,
Obviously.
I can.
Yeah. I'm getting mixed signals from you.
If you want this information, come and get it.
And I would like all of you to roll initiative, please.
I hate everything about this. Just so much to hate. I want to not roll
This is,
my initiative.
and we click on our icon first, yeah.
No, all you have to do is click initiative and be on 20.
Oh, sweet.
D&D.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then fight him. Dennis does.
I mean, with a mortar and pestle, I believe you make a delicious guacamole with us.
He
yes.
did say that
Okay.
he wanted to turn all of your souls into the dust that fills his valley.
Great.
Okay.
Almost
not
as
super
if he's done
cooperative.
this before. And each of
Most
you,
is-
when he said that, you remember the dust of the valley that filled your mouth and your ears and coated
Oh.
you. And you remember those humanoid creatures made of dust. And the pleas.
Gross.
The dust was people.
Oh my
begging
god.
for their lives, as if they were uttering the final words before
Cordelia
they were
throws
ground to
up.
dust. Dust
And it's
comes out
dust.
with it.
And it's dust.
Yeah.
It's all dust.
So,
Fuck. Ah, gross.
all right, let's see all of the things that popped into here. We got a Cutter, a Cordelia, a Beatum, a Diana, a Victor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do not have Eric. We do not have Sylvester.
Yeah, you did. You rolled
I rolled a 20, but I must not have been clicked on my icon or something.
Yep. So let me just add you in real quick. Are you gonna? And what about Annie as well?
Yeah, I don't have her end roll 20, so I'll just do a quick.
Yeah, you can just.
And
That's
what's
fine.
her? Plus 1. So Annie's a 14.
Okay. Give me one moment. Sylvester was a 20.
20.
Yep. Annie was a 14. Fantastic.
Why? Why? Why?
Why what?
Jason's being
He's a baby shark.
No.
Cutter.
No,
Ba-ba-da-ba-da.
Jessica said that me yawning is terrifying.
Cutter shark.
Yeah.
No.
Cutter
All
shark.
right, all right.
Disadvantage.
I love that we're really setting the tone here with our music choices.
You invited me to this game.
I did.
So-
I make mistakes repeatedly, apparently.
The
Cordelia.
best was people.
So
Cordelia.
So Cordelia has been in a situation a lot where you gotta puke and rally. So I guess she like
Clearly.
pukes and is like, I'm ready to fight now, faster than anybody else is, I guess. She is gonna try. She's just horrified inside, like even by her standards, like this is just a different type of horrifying. Like she has seen people be murdered in so many different ways, but just this like mystical shit of like turning people into dust and then we also kind of inhale them is just a new level of horrifying to her. This is just not in any way, shape, or form like what she's used to experiencing. So, but she is gonna put on her brave face, and she's gonna kind of jump down. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. She's gonna kind of jump down off the ledge. She's gonna step 1, 2. I don't know if I can stop here. I'm assuming I'm on the like not ledge part of it.
We'll just say you're near the edge.
Yeah. I'm gonna draw my swords, but I'm gonna take the dodge action and just kind of. I do not know what I'm dealing with here, so I'm gonna move out and prepare for a fight. But I'm not going to instigate it.
Okay, absolutely. So you take the dodge action. You're there on the edge, swords drawn. Sylvester, what?
Yeah, I'll instigate it.
Okay, please do.
The big ugly thing, the two creatures on the far ledge, the one on the left is going to get an Eldritch Blast to the face.
Okay. All right.
So sorry.
You just click. There you go. Yeah, 28 will absolutely hit. So just click the pink thing in actual roll 20 now, and it will roll your damage.
Nice.
12. And because Eldritch Blast is 2 of them, I'll do it again.
Same one? Yeah, 21 will hit for sure.
Same one. And here's his damage. 10.
So for a
and
total
then
of...
as 22.
Okay. Right, and what else?
And
you were
then
saying?
I'm not gonna move. Yeah, I'm not gonna move, but as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shadow Puppets at the same one. And it's next to candles, correct?
It is, yeah, there's some candles on the ground, yeah. Can you click Shadow Puppet so it'll pop up into
if
here?
you want me to read this,
Just click it, just click like cast and it'll pop up into roll 20. So in D&D Beyond, just click cast next to Shadow Puppets and it should populate into here.
Ryan, it's not doing it.
Is there a cast button?
Display in VTT?
Well, you should just be able to hover
Should I hit
over
display
it.
in VTT?
Sure, yeah, click that and see what happens.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Oh, cast. Okay, there we go.
There we go. All right. So So this is not. Well, you cast Suggestion.
Oh, crap. Pardon my language.
It's all right. Just read what Shadow Puppet says.
That's not what I'm... okay. So, Shadow Puppets is... You animate the shadow of a creature within range, causing it to attack that creature. As a bonus action when you cast a spell... Oh, wait. Yeah, no, the casting comes one bonus action. So, I might not be able to... So, it says you animate the shadow of a creature within range, causing it to attack that creature. As a bonus action when you cast a spell, or as an action on subsequent rounds, while you maintain concentration, make a melee spell attack against the creature. It hits the target takes 2d8 psychic damage and must make a successful intelligence saving throw or be incapacitated until the start of your next turn. And when casting the spell at higher levels, the damage increases by 1d8 for each slot level above second, which
Okay.
I'm casting it at 5th, so...
So you need it to make a. You need this creature to make a Wisdom saving throw. You said.
No, first I do a melee spell attack.
Against it with
Isn't
the
it?
shadow. Yeah.
Yeah. So, should I just hit... I don't know why I hit the wrong one.
Yeah. Just go ahead and hit it.
but-
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It should. It should
I'm
have
just
your
worried
attack
that I'm going to
turn.
run out of slots, though.
You can manually unflick the slots. There you go. You animate the shadow of a creature within range, causing it to attack the creature as a bonus action when you cast a spell or as an action on a subsequent turn. While you maintain concentration, make a melee spell attack against the creature. If it hits the target, it takes 2d8 damage. All right, so roll me 1d20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
All right.
So just slash roll 1d20 plus whatever your modifier is,
Got
like
it.
plus 5 or 6 or whatever. So there's now a shadow creature of this creature next to it.
Is that a Midgard spell?
It is a Midgard spell.
Yeah,
It feels very Midgard.
so 19.
19 is for sure gonna hit. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and so my damage is going to be 5d8.
Oh, that's its shadow. I thought it was multiplying. Ugh, gave me a heart attack there.
Yeah, we'll say it's
So it takes 30 more points of damage.
Well, oh, those are some nice rolls.
And now it has to
5d8.
make the save.
all right. So that's the shadow. Okay. All right. And it's a Wisdom saving throw. And this is a bonus action.
It is an
like-
intelligence. It's an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
And my spell save DC is 18.
-2.
Love it.
So it's incapacitated.
Okay, absolutely. So actually what's interesting about this, when you strike it first with your Eldritch Blast, I feel like maybe we need to look at that spell again and see if that first one was an action and then the second part is an additional bonus action or something, but we'll look at it. So
Yeah,
that seems
as I read it.
insane for a bonus action. Regardless, this creature appeared to just kind of be like, not really focused on any of you. It seemed to, its eyes seemed to be kind of unfocused, looking around, just kind of gibbering and things like that, not really engaged at all. But when you struck it with the Eldritch Blast, all of the eyes then focused down on the party. And then, you know, this shadow creature of it was formed and it struck the gibbering mouther for a great deal of damage. And now it is incapacitated, you know, because of this spell. But every single eye is still focused on you, while the other mouther is still kind of just seems disengaged. Are you doing anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, Doriana, what are you doing?
Let's see. I am going to
Beat him. You're up next.
firebolt the other one. The other Mauler.
Okay.
And I'll twin it.
Okay. You're right here.
What? Oh,
Oh, that's Victor looking at distances. My
I'll move
bad.
over
Sorry.
here.
Yeah. No, you're
I
a level
thought
up.
it said hide.
Yeah. Okay. So this creature is currently seems to just be kind of like looking around, disengaged. So as you twin these fireballs at it, once you roll me 2 firebolt attacks. $16 on the first one. Okay.
And oh wait, what? Okay, well. So it looks like we both hit, I assume.
Yep, and then just roll damage on the. Yeah. So 2 twin firebolts kind of race out and strike this creature for a total of 20 points of damage. And now that you've hit it,
And I get behind some cover.
yeah. Now that you've hit it, it seems to look down at the rest of the party and seems to notice you for the first time. And now seems engaged in this combat. So, 2 creatures that appear to be ignoring you are now very much not ignoring you. Beat him. What are you doing?
Beatum flips over his hand and the card, the tower, appears in it. A glove lays on top of it, and he reaches that one hand into the glove. And as he does, a giant hand appears next to the spectral snake thing and tries to grab it. So it's going to make... I'm casting Big B's hand, which is an awesome spell. And it's going to attempt to grapple the spectral creature.
Okay.
Let's see if this works. So I guess I'm going to make a spell attack on it.
Okay.
This is not for Ray of Frost, but it's going to roll for like it's Ray of Frost. Oh.
A 12 will not hit.
12. I'm going to expend one of my portents to make that a 13 plus 9 for a 21.
Okay. So as this hand is grasping next to it, it appears that it's going to miss it for a moment and suddenly reaches around and then hits it. That's what you said, right? Are you grasping it or hitting it, or what are you doing?
It's grasping it, so it will do damage, but it's also going to be restrained. So let me do some damage, and yeah, 2d6 plus my spellcasting ability. So that's going to be 19 total.
19 total damage.
Yes, 2d6 plus 9, or excuse me, plus 5, so it's 15. And then it is grappled.
So are you doing the grasping hand?
Yes.
Okay, so the hand attempts to grapple a creature within range. So the grapple needs to be resolved by a strength saving throw, and if the target is medium or smaller, it has advantage on it. And while the hand is grappling the target, you can use a bonus action to have the hand crush it for damage.
I cannot do damage to it this turn then.
Because you can't do the bonus action, but it still has to attempt to succeed on a strength saving throw.
So it's a 17 for the strength saving throw. Yes.
Well, you use your strength score to determine it. It says that on the grasping hand, you use the hand's strength score to resolve the grapple.
Yeah, first time casting this spell, so.
Oh, no worries. Yeah. So what is the hand's strength score? Oh, it is. Yeah, it has a strength of 26, so it's a +8. So you need a roll with a +8 against my roll.
Wow.
With
Okay.
a +4. So I got a nat. No, you got a nat 20. I got an 18. So yes, it is quite grappled.
Oh,
As
Okay.
crap.
Good.
yeah,
Good stuff.
and then so then it doesn't take any damage this time, but
No,
it is
not this
now
time.
grappled. Yep, grappled. So not restrained or incapacitated or anything. It's grappled. So its speed is now 0 and it cannot move. Okay. Anything else?
Nope. That's it.
All right. Is Annie doing anything, Sylvester?
Yeah, so Annie's invisible, and she's gonna fly down to this eye and see if she can start smudging the paint or see if it comes up at all. Just kind of rubbing
Okay.
on it.
Yeah, she attempts to do that, and it does not appear to affect it in any way whatsoever.
Okay, then gonna finish her movement and go over to these candles right next to it.
Okay. Victor, what are you doing?
Okay, so Victor takes a step out so he can see. Oh, here we go. So he can see what's going on here.
Oh,
my
I'm
gosh.
sorry. Before you do that,
There we go.
From Annie, nope, never mind. So, continue on, Victor.
Okay, and he's pretty aware that that Sylvester has done some damage on the further gibbering mouther. So he's gonna go ahead and cast on that one, Toll the Dead, so that it will hear in its mind. He'll point at him. He'll hear the sound of dolorous bells filling the air around it for a moment. He must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 2d8. Actually, he's taking damage, so 2d12. Do you want me to click cast?
Just a moment. So the creature's incapacitated. So it's
Okay.
So incapacitated means that an incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions.
So does he fail the save?
Do incapacitated creatures auto-fail saves?
If they've got auto-fail saves, it wouldn't make sense if they didn't.
Yeah, so no,
So
it
he's
fails.
better, okay.
Yeah, so roll your damage for the
Okay.
d12. Yeah.
There we go. So that should go in there. And I want to see. It says yes, missing hit points. That's cool. So there it goes.
20 points of damage.
Boom. Okay, so
Fantastic.
and then as a bonus action, you're going to see a very familiar Ruthenian Warhammer is going to appear right in between these two guys, but he's going to be closer to the one that I just attacked, and then he's going to take a swipe at him with that.
Okay. It auto.
Did it do it already? Oh, there we go. So it's a 22 to hit for 7 force damage.
Okay, absolutely. So there's a difference between incapacitated and paralyzed. Incapacitated
Okay.
creatures can't take actions or reactions. That's it.
Okay.
Paralyzed, auto fail saves, attack rolls have advantage, and they auto crit within 5 feet. So it's not paralyzed, it is incapacitated. So it just can't take actions or reactions. So I guess technically that means it can
Take a wisdom
attempt to
save.
make a wisdom save. But I do believe, let me just double check this real quick, that its wisdom is pretty awful.
Hopefully.
And it would have failed anyway. So yes.
Cool.
So, and then how much damage on the second one? 7 points of damage.
Yeah, so it takes 27 points of damage.
All right. It does not look well at this point. So.
And then
are
I'm
you
pretty
doing
sure I
anything
can
else?
maintain concentration without seeing it, so I could take a step back here.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. And
All
that'll be
right.
it.
Cutter, what are you doing?
I am going to draw my arrow back and take a shot at the one that everyone else has been attacking.
God, it's crazy that a group will focus fire. I don't. It's interesting.
Oh.
Hey, we were surrounded in the
Gosh.
last one.
Yeah, you surrounded us.
Attacks of opportunity up the ass. All right, here we go.
There we go.
And then I gotta roll
Yeah,
my
27
damage.
will hit.
Do I get sneak attack? Does that doubled creature count as an ally?
Nope, it does not.
All right.
So 8 points of damage. So. All right. It again does not look very well. It appears to be on one of its last legs. As your arrow flies through the air and actually strikes into one of the open mouths, it is still calling out.
Okay.
Yep.
Just kind of
and
tucking behind the
there you go.
edge there. Yep.
And now it is Loranax's turn. The Master of Visions. All right. All right. He is going to cast a spell. And he is going to target Cordelia. Can I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
And I don't get anything for dodging.
Nope.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Wow, you're lucky you can't get cards. So, Cordelia, you have been dominated by the Master of Visions.
I'm done. Oh my god. That's a series finale on Cordelia.
There you go. The duration is 1 minute.
Oh my god.
Cards fly up in the air in front of Cordelia as Beatum casts Counterspell.
Counterspell, okay. So this is a 5th level spell.
Ah, that means I have to make a roll, don't I?
Or no, I think
Mm-hmm.
does Ryan have to roll? Or do you have to
Fourth
roll?
level or higher.
No, counterspell has to. The person who's counterspelling has to roll.
Okay. Spell casting ability. A d20 plus 5. Okay. Here we go. So I'm just gonna roll an intelligence. That is not going to work.
It is not going to work. So
Oh
there
my
goes
God,
that
thank you for
spell slot.
trying.
And I do it as well.
Oh my god.
They're on the ledge, man.
Yeah, you can see. So sure. So
Yeah.
same thing.
And
I
I don't have to roll. I always cast at 5th level.
Oh, because he's a warlock. He doesn't have a choice.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, you're. So counterspell is a 3rd level spell. You cast it at 5th, but you attempt to interrupt a creature in process of cast spell. If the creature is casting a spell, it's about what the
I thought it was if I'm
cast a spell.
casting it.
Wait. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, the interrupted spell has no effect if its level is less than or equal to the level of the spell slot you used. You're right. So since you cast it at 5th level and it's a 5th level spell, it takes no effect.
And that
Oh
was
my God.
from my ring of spell storing, by the way, too. So
Okay.
no slot. You
Good stuff.
On bad.
Gotcha.
I hate this game.
Nothing's even happened yet.
I know.
Just wait until it does.
First- Thank
All
you,
right, so the
God.
gibbering mouther is going to slide off the ledge and take another step forward, and he's right next to Annie. And he is going to use his blinding spittle. The Mouther spits a chemical glob at a point it can see within 15 feet. The glob explodes. Oh no, that's not what I want to do then. He's going to drop it right here. Right on the edge of this ledge. So all creatures within 15 feet. The glob explodes in a blinding flash of light on impact. Each creature within 5 feet of the flash. So that will be Sylvester.
Yep.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Got it.
Come on, Dad. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this blinding light blasts through the entire chamber, and everyone kind of ducks their eyes back, and you, just as it starts to explode, are able to cover your eyes as well, and it has no effect on you.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, Dad.
And then Cordelia, suddenly, as you're looking into the chamber, the eye on the floor appears to look deep into you. And you have this sense of overwhelming, impending doom. Can I have a wisdom saving throw, please? This sense of impending doom is a feeling you cannot shake.
Oh my god.
You have disadvantage on all attacks against Loranax until the end of your next turn.
That the snaky boy?
That is the snaky boy. And it is your turn.
It's my turn, yeah.
Yeah.
So my contact is not cooperating. Oh my god, I'm dying. Cool.
But as you begin to move for your turn, you suddenly hear, directed at you from the mouth of this gibbering mouther, outside of its incomprehensible sounds, you suddenly hear this clear voice in your head.
I could not actually understand what you said. Was I supposed to?
Not a word.
I heard the word 7.
7.
You through your dance will be severed by the blades you wield.
Okay, I got most of it. Can you say in regular words what I heard?
Oh my god.
It's hard to understand it.
Mood killer.
Say with.
This one is your
No.
It's all that echo.
Fucking damn it. All right.
This is happening in character. Cordelia's so overwhelmed.
It's like, wait, what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
This is perfect.
Evil, aberrant, far beast creature.
It's a clear voice,
explain
but
your
Could you
far
repeat
realm
that again?
speech to me a little bit more clearly? The limbs that move you through your dance will be severed by the blades you wield.
No, thank you.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
That's her favorite kind.
All right. So as this voice settles into your mind, you seem to shake off any effect that it's having on you. You couldn't even hear it anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't understand.
Gotcha.
What?
And then it's your turn. Go.
Okay, I get a turn now. Awesome. Fuck. Okay. So Cordelia has gone through a lot in the last 6 seconds. A lot. Is there any indication that 2 of my party members attempted to help me? Like, does their counterspell have, like, do I know that they did that for me?
I don't know, guys. Do you think counterspell looks like anything, or do you think it just stops? It like slices it out of the air.
Oh, when Beatum cast his counterspell, like cards actually burst out of the air in front of Cordelia. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And then Sylvester's would probably have a component as well. So yeah, you notice that your
Okay.
friends attempted and then successfully helped you.
Okay. All right. I gotta run in. Well, first I'm gonna stop before I get here. I'm gonna like stop in my movement and just free action speak. Have we no opportunity to treat with you? We've come to talk.
It just lashes its tail and looks at you, ready to strike.
Fine. I'm gonna jump up on this ledge. Cause I gotta go for this fool. Like I gotta do it. And I am going to climb up on this ledge and I am going to attack with my rapier. Oh, with disadvantage though.
Yeah,
Sorry.
disadvantage.
Okay, well, for 22.
Well, fuck you. And you're plus 18 to your rolls. All right,
So it's
for 14 damage.
the first attack. Second attack. Rapier again. Oh, it's only gonna be a 12.
That's gonna miss.
And then scimitar attack. For
Okay.
30, 20. For 11 more damage.
All right. So as you race in, the spectral form of this snake is like dodging back and forth. It's hard to hit, but twice you successfully land blows across its spectral body, and it cries out in this this voice. It fills your mind. Are you doing anything else?
I'm not.
All right, Sylvester.
Oh, wait. Hang on, how much did I move? 5, 10, or no, wait, yeah.
Well,
5, 10.
add at least another 5 to get up on the ledge.
Okay, so hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Since I attacked it, I'm gonna use my sword dancer thing. I have 5 feet of movement left. I'm gonna just jump down. I don't provoke an opportunity attack if I have attacked. I don't provoke opportunity attacks if I move away from the creature I just attacked.
Okay. All right. Sylvester, what are you doing?
Okay, so on the one that has the puppets now, would it be the bone? Do you think it would? Just trying to clarify, so I'm not over attacking. Do you think it would be the bonus action to maintain it there? Because it's concentration, it lasts for a minute.
The bonus action, it's an action to strike with it again, right?
Well, here.
Regardless of that, as you begin your turn, suddenly this gibbering mouther on the ground looks towards you, and you also hear this voice echoing in your mind. And it says to you through its gibber, and I won't use the voice thing because no one can hear it anyway. It says, "Your many masks will be summoned, and your identity will be known to the world." And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as this gibbering strikes into your mind.
Deal. On it.
I'm sorry, could you just...
And there's my save.
Yeah, so you succeed. You feel this, sense of dread wash over you, but you shake it off and then continue with your turn.
Okay. So to maintain the spell on the one, is that the bonus action? Because on the spell, it
You can
says
maintain
the
spell concentration just by existing without being hit. So you're fine as far as concentration goes. Actually, no, yeah, you're fine. So you are concentrating, right? And then while concentrating, as an action on subsequent rounds, while you maintain concentration, which you're doing, you can make another melee spell attack against the creature. So it's just, slash roll 1d20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, you're up next.
14.
A 14 will hit it.
All right. So. Takes 29.
Mm.
Oh, those are some good numbers.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. You as this shadow, this copy of itself slams down on this creature, you destroy it.
Sweet.
And it just drops to the ground. Its many mouths and the tongues inside them lolling out as it just kind of almost sinks into itself and just becomes this kind of slug laying on the ground. Are you
Okay.
doing anything else?
Yeah, I'm just gonna move to there, trying to kind of give myself a little bit of cover and get away from Beat so that spit dog can't hit his bow. That's
Gotcha.
it.
All right, Dariana, you're up. And Beat you're next.
Okay, I am going to peer out from here and cast Bloodshot at this guy by the eye.
Okay.
Let's see if this works. Nope, it did not work.
Are you clicking like by where you're casting it, or are you clicking in the damage? Because it seems to be the damage each time.
I was trying to click like by the +7.
Yeah, so don't click the +7. Like you should actually be able to just roll over where the spell is, and a dice should pop up over top of it.
Oh, should I do it again?
Yeah, because you need to actually you need to actually roll the attack.
Did that work?
We'll figure it out
No.
another time. That's still just damage. So
Okay.
can you just roll like a /run d20 +7?
Yeah. That was pressing cast, by the way.
Yeah, no worries.
Hmm.
/22, absolutely. So what spell is this? Bloodshot? You know
Yeah.
what? I wonder, I mean, these are all spells that I made for you. I'm curious if I made them incorrectly. So it's a 22, which absolutely hits for a total of 21 points of damage, because that's how math works. And you did it on this guy, right?
Yeah.
So this is the one where you actually like have this boiling hot blood burst out of your eyes and strike on this thing.
Yeah.
All right, so that is a total of 21 points of damage. All right, so this thing is just coated now in this boiling blood and shrieks out as it continues to gibber. Are you doing anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to go back behind this cover here.
All right, absolutely. Beat him. What are you doing?
Eaton will command the hand using a bonus action to unclench and then just punch the snake. So making an attack with it. This is going to say Ray of Frost, but it's just my spell attack bonus.
Yeah, 21 will hit.
21,
Absolutely.
and let
Yeah.
me roll damage for it. It should be 4d8.
16 points of damage.
As it just punches into, and then the hand is actually going to move back. So he can have an attack of opportunity on the hand if he wants to.
The hand counts as something that can be attacked against.
Yeah, it has
opportunities?
It has AC and HP. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well then absolutely.
Its AC is 20.
Anne's kind of a beastie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it misses as it strikes down like a snake and just misses the hand as it moves itself backwards.
Now that was just my bonus action. Beat him while that's going on, positions himself further down on the cliff's edge, and pulls out the card, the Knight of Rods, and it begins to buzz with electricity. He holds it out, and a lightning bolt erupts straight at the spectral snake. He needs to make a dexterity save of 17 as I cast lightning bolt at it.
All right, so you guys are all rolling 20 plus, and I'm rolling like 5 and minus. So this combat is not going in the other bad guy's favor. So I fail, clearly.
Not even the monster.
What? Why wouldn't that let me roll on? It's a bunch of dice, and it won't let me roll in Dark Kingdoms for some reason. So I'm just gonna do this real quick. Yeah, I guess there's just too many for it.
Just too many dice.
Bag of holding a dice.
Yes, indeed.
Bag holding a dice. Oh,
that was a really poor roll too.
Yeah, 29 sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, gosh, man, that's terrible.
And that is Beatum's turn.
Oh, beat him also. As you are also where you're at, roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Sure. Oh.
Finally.
They're like counter spells.
Yeah. You hear, it's not a counter spell, you hear the gibbering mather sinking into your brain. And you hear it say, "You will smoke yourself into oblivion."
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Sounding good about right now.
Yes, I know this.
You can't take reactions until the start of your next turn. And during your next turn, I'm going to tell you what you have to do. This is actually what you should have done to start your turn, actually. But it's my fault that I missed it. So at the start of your next turn and for your next turn, you do nothing.
On my next turn?
Yep, you do nothing. You can't take any reactions. You can't do anything. So that's what you would have done on this turn. But we already rolled and did it, so I can just move on and that'll start for your next turn.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But I'll do it again at the start of your next turn too. So then Annie. Annie needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, all right. Bummer. And wisdom.
Yeah.
17.
So it's fine. So what does she do?
Okay, now she's been invisible. Can she pick something up and maintain invisible or no?
I think invisibility disappears when you interact with an object.
Okay.
What would you like to try to pick up?
All right. The candles next to her.
There are, I mean, oh, I see what you're saying. No, yeah, if she picks it up, she'll become visible.
Okay. Does she have any idea if the beast next to her knows she's there?
I mean, she's invisible.
Does she feel like it?
She's not sure.
Okay, I'm gonna have her get away from that thing.
Okay.
And start being over to where the dead one was.
All right.
Yeah, she can get that. It's actually only half her movement to get there. So she hasn't taken an action. That's half her movement because I think she's got her flying speed. It's a little bit more than half. So she's gonna use her action to pick up a candle or two.
Okay.
And she can get another 5, 10. Wait, how? Hold 25, so she's still got 15, so she can get back to about there.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, Victor, you're up. Cutter, you're up next.
Okay. So Victor steps up. First thing he does, the bonus action, moves the Ruthenian Warhammer in between Annie and the Gibbering Mouther. I don't think I can move it.
Now you can.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. That my screen is like... There we go. Okay. And let me roll an attack with that.
Yeah, that absolutely hits. For 11 points of damage. So as the Spectral Hammer flies down off the ledge, it just strikes down at this Gibbering Mouther for 11 points of damage. Okay.
And then he can see the Mouther, and so he knows that there's damage done on it. So he's going to do the same thing they did prior, and he's going to drop the Toll the Dead on him.
Okay. That's an attack roll, right? Or is that a save?
It's a save. It's the Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. I think this dude is super unwise. No, he's good. I assume your spell save DC is higher than 12.
Yes, it's 15.
Fails.
Yep, he fails. So he takes 17. 17. And then Victor, I know he can't really see Beatum, but I'm pretty sure like he knows that Beatum is kind of over there. And so he's used 5 feet of his movement. And he's going to use 10, 15.
An extra 5 to get down, yeah.
Oh, extra, okay. Yeah, so he's at 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
And then I'm pretty sure that's everything I can do.
All right, fantastic. All right, Cutter, you are up.
I'm actually going to slip away and move to this here and just destroy it, kick it down, smear the symbols.
Okay. Yeah, so you can destroy the candles, but as you try to smear the symbols on the walls, it seems to be almost part of the wall. It's not like it's painted on or anything. It's like in the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hack the wall is what we did try.
Yeah.
All right, then I will take the rest of my movement. So that was what? I guess move here.
That was about 30. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Okay. And then Lornax is going to move forward to right here. And he is going to bite Cordelia. 21.
Oh,
so the spectral
that's a chunky
form
boy.
strikes down and grasps onto your shoulder with its teeth. First, you are going to take... can I have a Constitution saving throw, please?
Okay.
Good job. You take 7 points of damage from this spectral bite, and you feel something like enter your bloodstream through its teeth, but you're able to shake off any effect that it would have on you. This thing is going to do a blinding spittle attack right here. So from its mouth, it will.
Well, am I not able to cover him? Shoot.
Actually, no. You know what?
Because he's up.
It's actually going to do this blinding spittle attack right here.
Motherfucker. Okay.
right there.
Dex save.
Yeah, if I could please have a... Yeah, dexterity saving throw, please. Of all people to do a dex save on, I think your plus is a 13 to begin with. So, so that's it. And it is actually going to then move... right here. And then, Cordelia, can I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so this sigil on the floor, this eye looks at you again, and you get this sense of impending doom settle on your shoulders again, and once again you have disadvantage on all attacks against Loranax. And it is your turn, you are up.
I might have to pick this up. Oh my god, sorry. We're fine. Alright, so I've got disadvantage, but I'm gonna desperately attempt to attack again. First attack's a 16.
A 16 will hit. Yeah.
For 12 damage.
Okay.
Another attack, 14, I believe, misses. And then a 15, which I believe hits.
It does. It just barely hits.
Okay, for 9 damage.
All right.
And then I'm gonna use my sword dancer thing to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet, and I'm gonna like hop up onto this ledge. And I do not provoke no attack.
All right. Sylvester, I need you, as you hear this gibbering noise strike into your brain again, give me a wisdom saving throw, please. Right, so, as this far realm's voice invades your mind, for this turn, I need you, to run towards Beatum and make a melee attack against him.
Well, that could be worse.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse, because my melee isn't great.
Is he gonna slap me?
I have a dagger. Would that be what I use?
Sure, yeah.
Well, he wouldn't have it out. I mean,
You can pull it out as a free action as
Okay,
he's walking. Yeah.
Yay!
So
There
I
you go.
assume a 9 is not your armor class, Beatum.
+7 to
It is 12.
That's wrong. I should not have a +7 on my dagger.
Well, regardless,
Either.
you missed
That's
with
weird.
a 2. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. And then that is what you do for your turn.
Bummer.
Dariana, can I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
Sure.
Yes,
So,
sir.
as this gibbering voice fills your mind, you hear it call out to you. And you hear it say, "You will watch your tome burn before your eyes." But you're able to shake it off, and what would you like to do?
I would like to step out from here and cast a twinned firebolt at this bastard right here by
Okay.
the eye.
All right.
Okay, so I will just flash roll. Should I just do 2d20 plus? No, never mind.
Yeah, just roll 2d20 and the weakness edge modifier.
Okay. Oh, plus 7 to each.
Yeah, so they both hit, and one is all damage plus, So
Oh, solid hit.
My firebolt is 2d10. And then I guess I'll roll. Do I have to roll both damage or just the one?
you need to roll 2 damage. Yep.
Okay.
And then you'll get all of. So you can just roll, 2d10 or whatever, and then you'll get 10 on top of that.
Well, I twinned it, so 4d10, right?
Oh yeah, so roll 4d10
Yeah, buddy.
plus 20.
Should I add the plus 20? Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh my
47
God.
points of damage. Yeah. So as you reach out, these twin fire beams just fly out of your hands and just melt this creature. It can do nothing. It suddenly just bursts into flames in front of you, and as it screeches and screams and almost melts, it drops to the ground.
Yeah. Are any of his spells those effects concentration?
No.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I will duck behind this rock again. Probably should have aimed that at the snake, but oh well.
I think it was good to get that thing out.
Yeah,
of
it
the way.
was good.
You have proved yourselves worthy. I will tell you what you want to know.
Beatum just drools there, staring into nothing.
What are you gonna do?
Cordelia definitely doesn't remember what we're here to know, so somebody else is gonna take
It's
this.
the wedding.
So, am I still wanting to attack Beatum or anything?
No, you're good.
Okay. So, I'll say, you've obviously been in our minds this whole time. You can't tell us why we're here?
Of course I can. Since you don't even know yourselves.
Just kind of raised my eyebrows and kind of like a well.
You're seeking the imperial blood of the fallen mermaid. Do you even know who that is?
We were told that the fallen mermaid, perhaps Krakova, yes?
It is Krakova. There is one royal left alive when Krakova fell. Archduke August Valerska of Krakova, brother of the dead King Heinrich. His royal blood will bestow a great boon to the flesh eaters that will rock the balance of the world. A Derakul high priest of Hardisane received a vision from the hunger god. He demands the capture and sacrifice of the Archduke.
And when he says this, you actually, your eyes go cloudy for a moment, and in your mind, you see a vision of a man that looks like this.
Had it rough.
Cool.
So, I'm going to ask him really quick, too. Do you happen to know anything about the Red Wedding?
Dark wedding.
Dark Wedding. The wedding. The Dark Wedding.
Dark Wedding is part of this conspiracy. You must seek the Archduke. With the Queen Ursula and the court in exile, hiding in the castle of House Coranto in Carriessen. I have given you the information you seek. Now leave my cave.
I turn and start to walk away. And get up on the ledge. Oops. Shoot. And yeah, I'm getting out of there. But with my awakened mind where I can drop voices in people's heads, I do that back to him and I just say, see, that wasn't so difficult.
Go!
Victor scoops up Beat-em, because the Beat-em looks like a mess, I'm assuming. Yeah. And kind of, just like he normally does, scoops him up and takes him.
As Beat-em becomes coherent again, he starts to command the Bigsby's fist, and the Bigsby's fist does this to the Vision Seeker, and then just like, and then disappears.
You are like this in your camera, so I assume you did one of these.
Yeah, it's one of these.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Can I high five Bigby's hand before it goes away?
Yeah, you high five. It's like the size of it's at least a metric dude
Oh,
and a
it's
half.
huge.
I still
Yeah.
high five it. It's just
Yeah,
really
so you just like smack this hand and it dissipates. So as you are all leaving the cave of Loranax, the Master of Visions, as you step across that threshold into the wind again, suddenly around you is just a normal forest. It is presumably the Margrave. And not only did you step out of his cave, you've stepped out of his realm. And that's where we're going to pick up next week. All right.
Did we have to fight those guys?
The Gibbering Mouthers? Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Yeah, because they weren't paying a bit of attention to
I
us,
kept
right?
repeatedly saying they're literally not engaging with you in any way, shape, or form. And you guys were just like, boom, Eldritch Blast, got it. And I was like, all right, well, the others still not paying attention. And Dariana's like, boom, Firebolt, got it.
Yeah.
That was my bad. My
God,
bad.
except for Shadow Puppets, which I think is broken and we'll fix for next time. If both of them could have got closer to you, and you continue to fail those wisdom saving throws, it would have been turn after turn after turn of just not being able to do anything or have this, it's like a D8 roll to determine what you would do. So you basically waste your turn every time. But when the first one went down, it was just hard to get everything, put together in that way. So you guys kind of squeaked out.
Yeah.
Regardless, it was combat is combat and it still takes all night. And we only went 47 minutes over, 50 minutes over what we generally do.
Yeah,
So, it is what it is. So, thank you everybody that stuck around. We really appreciate it. We will be playing Dark Kingdoms again. Not this coming Wednesday, the following Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, we will be playing Myths of Midgard, and with me will be Sam, Jason, and Jess for that, as well as Doug. So tune in next week for that. And also tomorrow, I will be having a DM chat, unofficially called Rants and Tangents, because that's what I will be doing. So come in tomorrow if you'd like to just hear me generally talk about D&D and all the things I like about it and the things I don't. And if any of the DMs are there, I would love to talk with you and get some opinions, and I will be really engaging with chat about what I have to say and what you all have to say. And we're just going to kind of hang out and have a good time. Maybe play some Rogue from Sursa Victory.
Awesome.
Someone wants to throw another Sursa command in there for me. So once again, thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate all the follows. Hopefully after tomorrow's stream, we'll be able to be affiliate, and then you guys will be able to use your channel points and all of those things. So we'll see what happens with that. Does anyone have anything else? Any other housekeeping right here at the end? All right. Well, then, again, thank you so much. Please stop by tomorrow, and please stop by every Wednesday for either Miss of Midgard and the Dark Kingdoms. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.